won the toss when John Wynne called correctly. Thumped away there at centre half-back, knocked on by Copping, taken by the Redlegs and kicked out of defence there towards centre wing in front of a crowd of around 50,000 at Football Park, and it was a magnificent scene when both sides came out onto the ground. Norwood much earlier than the Bays. Umpire Peter Mead is perhaps the surprise selection of the two umpires for the final. He's in charge, the man in white for the big one today, and a free kick to Norwood after Mead temporarily ran the wrong way. John Wynne to take the free kick at centre wing, and they've got a 6-goal breeze, 5 or 6 goal breeze at their back. It's not a breeze, it's a near gale here at Footy Park as it goes to centre half forward. Off hands as Craig scooped up. It was a free picked out to the enforcer, Wayne Phillis. A long handball to Colby. Colby's kick away from centre half back to midfield. Passed there by Seacamp. Pope goes back after the ball. Took a hard bump there from Big Carey, who used his hip well.
Yes, Carey coming straight through the centre. This is a good toss to win if you can get away to a good start. 1 minute gone, nothing showing at all yet. You've got to hit top gear straight away, whichever side, and that was Norwood. They've won the toss. Oh, bang! Off the ground and one in the face, number 24. Hodgman stopped the beauty.
After Carey and Wynne went for the tap, and Wynne grabbed it 2 hands. Corns got the tap there, gave it a Wynne of Norwood, unfortunately for the Bays. Gallagher nearly ran into trouble.
Johnny Wynne just let fly and missed Rebek. Oh, just as well he did.
McFarlane with a handball, looking for his teammate there. Number 28 was Weston. And what happened again, Wally? What happened?
Well, there was a good bout of fisticuffs there between Rebek and Wynne. They both missed fresh air, but their intent was
Carey to Hodgman. Hodgman taps it on. It's blocked here by Ricks. He's unsettled by Rebek. Rebek playing at a long sleeve Guernsey there. McFarlane after the ball, and what a great tussle we're going to see between he and Gallagher over on the far side. We come to the 2.5 minute mark, no score on the board after Norwood won the toss. Throw in, Carey from behind Button. Button appeared to get the tap. Gallagher to the midfield position over the head of Rosser, and nicely marked by Dillon. Oh, that was a hard one as he went down.
Oh, he's really throwing his hands about.
Who was the Bay player running through then, Ian?
Peter Marker. As the ball goes down towards centre half forward, Craig comes from behind, takes the mark. Nicely done. That's Rexy Voigt's opponent. Craig, a very capable footballer. There goes the big kick right down towards the square. This will be a score. The first score in the 1975 Grand Final comes up to Norwood, but it's only a point.
Point to middle. Craig after a very courageous mark, got in front of the pack, and the ball's going to be hard to judge. This breeze more or less straight down the ground, worth 5 or 6 goals. Norwood have it. We've been going 3 minutes. There's 1 point on the board, and the Redlegs have kicked that.
Good kick from Peter Anderson into the breeze as it goes out towards the half-back flank. It's a Norwood mark over there. And who is it?
Feet.
A foot.
Bang!
John Wynne's over there. Peter Mead's in there as well. There's nervous tension going out in the centre. Mead's missed the main punch, and there on the right-hand side of his screen is John Wynne and Wayne Phillips.
I don't know about nervous tension there, and there's evil intent as far as I'm concerned. Players ran straight at one another and they made no mistakes. This is a grand final. They're saying it doesn't matter if you get reported.
Or hurt.
Neil Button. 15 metres. Graham Corns. Philip Gallagher telling Neil Button to calm down. In comes Button. This is in scoring distance. Look at the kick. It's a huge booming kick, but it goes right across the face of goals and out on the full.
A tremendous kick, that one, and a torpedo punt bit back into the breeze and didn't drift in. Every chance of going through that one. A nice kick, but the breeze didn't affect it as much as they thought. And a bad kick.
Went over the net. Voigt's in trouble over there as he has to go against 2 players. In comes John Wynne. Looked as though he got into the back of someone. No, Polder breaks clear. Here's a big score coming up. Missed by Polder. Polder goes on manfully. Picked up here by Rebek, who's a long way off his half-back flank. The free kick goes there, and it goes to the half-forward flanker in Adrian Rebek.
A very clever player in getting that type of free kicks. You saw him throw up his hand the minute he got tagged. The tag was there, but he certainly let umpire Mead know all about it. Norwood reserves easily won the curtain raiser here today, beating Sturt for the 1975 Reserves Grand Final.
Rebek brings the ball away. Copping over there. Good mark to Rosser, and Graham Corns going in very hard this afternoon. Incurred 15-metre penalty. And Glenn Rosser, in his warm-up kicking when he came onto the ground 10 minutes before the game, I saw him kick a goal from this exact position. So let's have a look now as Rosser comes in. There's the kick from Rosser, and by gee, it's going to go awfully close. There was a touch back there by Tarn.
Oh, yes, it was touched just Start off one hand, standing on the line. The goal umpire right on the job, and the second behind's on the score. And there's plenty of vim and vigour, and the Tigers are throwing it in first. There's no doubt about that. They ran through Sturt in that final, and they're trying to run through this Norwood side, who are retaliating straight away and on the spot.
Anderson brings it back, kicks in the general direction of Corns, who's been the thick of everything. There he goes, in the middle of the pack. But
another free kick. That is the third or fourth free kick given away by Corns, trying to throw his weight around.
Right to the square. It's knocked on. It'll go into the right full forward pocket. And Wally, I was going to make the same comment a moment back, that I thought Graham Corns would be better left to taking the ball, taking the marks, and letting people like the enforcer Wayne Phillips hand out the rough stuff. He's a ball player. Throw in from the back, tapped down by Michalanney, taken away there by Anderson. Anderson's clearing kick to the far side of the ground. McFarlane tried to grab it, a handball away from Weston with a good one. Found Colby back to McFarlane. McFarlane from centre wing, and the Bays go into the half-forward line. A great mark here to Michael Taylor, the back pocket player for the Redlegs, who's already run 2 best and fairest for his club. His kick towards centre half-forward. Over the head of Woodcock, the enforcer Wayne Phillips missed it. Colin Anderson with a handball away, finds Hodgman. Hodgman through the hands of Rady. It went, costly miss, taken by Carey. He appealed for the free kick. It wasn't on, however. It was a good play on decision from the umpire. Weston's crashed to the ground, taken here by Gregg. He was half-heartedly pulled at, but again, it's allowed to go on. Good decision. Poulter gets the handball to Michael Taylor away from the half-back line.
Taylor's got a player down there, and Gallagher unchecked. Gallagher plays on quickly, thumps it down towards the square. Tied up Anderson down there. Anderson comes across the face of goals, gains possession of the ball. He's opposed by Michalanney this afternoon, and it's all Glenelg out there as it's Hodgman on the outer side of the oval. He's got the chance to go for a small run. He steadies, he thumps it down ground, looking for a teammate. Michael Gregg made a bad mistake. Away goes Twiggy Corwell. Twiggy Corwell's kick goes on its way, and it's a minor score for the Bays. 1 point.
Corwell, a dangerous player, plenty of pace in. Had to come in from the wrong side of the ground, and he can only manage 1 point.
Here's the kick away, in defence by Jim Teal. He's got the awkward job this afternoon of looking after Phyllis. That was taken by Craig. On the goes towards Pope. Pope, of course, came to Norwood from West Adelaide. He kicks down towards the half-forward flank, and it's Rawson back there. He's really tightened his game in 1975 and has become a very capable half-back flanker.
Good strong mark, that one. Judge that breeze beautifully, and it's strong.
Rawson to Button.
Loud.
Button looked as though he was interested in playing on. Yes, he's called on now as Big Ray Button thumps it down ground. Dylan out the front there, couldn't take it. Bounces nicely. Here's a chance for the Norwood champion as he's forced to kick with his left foot, and it should be Anderson of Glenelg.
I don't know about forced to kick with his left foot. He chose to kick in, and he was away and clear. Didn't know he had the time. Hurried it that little bit, and finals will do that even to experienced play. Anderson comes to the grandstand side.
Ooh, this is dangerous as far as Glenelg are concerned. It's Rosser to take the free kick at the mark. And that was a bad mistake and a bad lead by Wayne Phillips from the Glenelg point of view. Let's have a look now as Rosser goes across towards the centre position. Centre half forward. Craig, a brilliant snapper at goal. There goes the left foot kick, and there's a score. And it's only 1 point.
Number 7, Craig, trapped it beautifully, put his second behind on the board, and we haven't been playing very long. This breeze is worth 5 goals. There hasn't been a goal kicked as yet, and we're nearly on the 10-minute mark.
Craig's kicked 26 goals for the Redlegs this year. And if memory serves me right, he won not only a McCullum medal for the under-17s, but also took out the Tompkins medal in under-19.
Monstrous crowd here for the 1975 grand final as it's Anderson putting it out over the top, went to the other Anderson, taken there by Darryl Rady, down towards centre half forward. Big Carey, that's a good mark.
Carey, one-handed that one.
Plays on quickly, drives it away, looking for the captain in Peter Marker. Marker onto the left foot, angles it around the corner, looking down there for Fred Phillips. Jim Teal's back there, so is the reliable Michael Taylor. Well played, Jim Teal, as he brings the ball away for Norwood. Dumps it out towards the centre wing. Behind is Stephen Copping, one of the best football recruits of the year. Even though it's his second year, he's an exciting player. On it goes, taken by Ricks, lost by Ricks. Another good footballer for Norwood. On to Rosser, a brilliant player is Rosser. Down ground it goes. Boyd underneath it. Corns over the top. Good mark in defence to Graham Corns.
Graham Corns going for the ball. One of the first times in this game has given away 4 free kicks. That's his caper going for the ball.
Centre wing, Anderson, but that's Dillon.
Good mark, Dillon. The breeze held that one up. He stood his ground, took the free kick. Didn't kick well at all the last time with the left foot. With the right foot, no better.
Dillon to the wars at the moment. It's Rawson tapping it back, looking for Anderson, desperately trying to find him. Button fell over at the wrong time. A beautiful hip and shoulder by Johnny Wynne. Out there nicely to Button. Let's have a look now. Seacamp can kick goals. The kick is on its way. It'll be a score, but only a small one.
And This is what they don't need. Seacamp generally accurate. Misjudged that one, whether the strain's there, but there's 4 behinds on the board to Norwood. 1 to Glenelg. No goal kicked, and it's a 10-minute mark, and Glenelg would be very happy.
Corns out towards McFarlane and Gallagher in the front spot. Off hands it comes to Dunstan. He's being hung on to. Now he gets a handball away. Finds Gallagher. He gives it back to Button, who didn't really want it. He wasn't prepared for it. Wasn't moving, and he pays the penalty holding the ball.
It's too much handball, but that's the dead pocket. Very difficult to get it out of there. The breeze is blowing right into that pocket. Defensive pocket. Anderson tried the grandstand side once. Bad mistake. I don't think he'll do it again.
Colby towards centre wing. A lot of Norwood Guernseys up there. Poulter from the back of the pack, and in the front of the back it's Big Button. Knocked out of his hands, was it, by Rebick? Yes,
claiming
15
that he was going to play on, but I don't believe that. And with this breeze, it can be dropped in the square. No argument about that. Dillon's going back. He wants him to come to the other side. 5 kicks Button's had.
Norwood kicking badly as it goes to the full forward spot. Well done, Rex Boyd. He won the club's best and fairest in 1970.
He earned that one. Number 7, Craig, ran straight slap bang into him then.
Towards the centre of the ground, over the head of Tardif, I would think. Carey's there. Spoils his bulkier opponent on that occasion in Button. Carey again. Did well to get down to that and force it on for the Bays. Wide to the half-forward flank. Hodgman in the front spot, pursued by Taylor. Hodgman kicks it off the ground, and the Bays have been forward 2 or 3 times so far in the 11 to 12 minutes played, but Wally, you're quite right, they'd be more than happy with keeping Norwood to 4 points at this stage with that breeze at the Redlegs back.
Another thing will make them happy. Big Button had a go at Carey, came off second best, and is hurt and in the centre of the ground.
Bolted to Pope down onto the half-forward line. There's Woodcock. Woodcock over to Dunstan. Dunstan streaks into an open ground. Has he missed? He's missed again, and Norwood are kicking it away in the opening moments of the first term here at Football Park in front of about 50,000. You're viewing it on Channel 9, and at the 12-minute mark, Norwood 5 points lead Glenelg 1 point. And repeating what Wally May said a moment ago, that the Bays would be more than happy at this stage.
No argument. 5 points on the board, and it's a 5-goal breeze, and you've been playing 12 and a half minutes, and your best ruckman in the centre of the ground. Norwood's best ruckman, Button, hurt.
Anderson kicks, and from the back it's Tardif through his hands. McFarlane plays for the free kick, didn't get it, taken by Gallagher. Kicks to the full forward spot. Anderson spoils, goes past Voigt towards Craig, trying to get his boot to the ball, but clever play by Rex Voigt.
Voigt had his body in the way. He's a strong little fellow. You can't get past him once he's got hold of you, and he did a good job.
5 plays 1, with Norwood leading at the moment. 12 minutes into the first quarter, the 1975 grand final coming to you with Channel 9. Where's Wayne Phillips? Ball is held to Craig, and the umpire Mead will bounce.
Your selection, Ian?
The Bays.
Wally?
I've gone for Glenelg.
Norwood for mine, but they're doing it the hard way at the moment with only 5 points on the board with 13 minutes gone.
A lovely tap out there from Tardif has found Anderson. Anderson's kick out towards the half-back flank. Across there is Rosser, and deliberately thumping at the ball, and it's gone out of play.
Forced to do that. Good play by Rawson. Didn't give away that front spot. He would not allow Rosser to get in front.
Back into play. Michalanney got the tap.
Free kick.
Ball held without possession is Woodcock, and Woodcock, a very accurate kicker at goals.
Yes, he's a left footer. He's on the right side of the ground as far as he's concerned.
Kicked 47 goals this season.
Breeze will help him. No bad kick.
Pushed it out the front, didn't come back much at all. In fact, didn't come back anything. And there's an All-Australian, Brian Colby, and he's a match season football.
And playing well in these opening exchanges for the Bays.
He's playing on a former Collingwood player in Graham Dunstan.
Got stitches in his leg after last week, but he's back and in the side today.
There's the big kick away from Colby towards a half-back flank across there, taken by young Weston, who Glenelg hold a very high regard of. Towards the centre wing, it's a good kick. Down there is Big Carey, a beautiful mark, taken in defence, no play on, taken there by Taylor, knocked down by Marker.
It was a good bump.
And
well done, Marker, right up the front.
Free kick goes the Glenelg way, and there's a player in a lot of trouble. It's play on, Darryl Rady, coming away. It's Taylor looks to be in trouble, down towards centre half forward. A good mark taken in defence by Button. Button playing very well. Yes, that's Michael Taylor down there. With the holding onto his ankle, that could be bad luck because he's a strong defender for Glenelg.
He was sandwiched then. He was hit from the front by Marker. Another Bay player hit him from behind, and it jackknifed him.
But knocked away there by Wayne Phillips. Here comes Hodgman. Hodgman taps it away. Marker knocked to the ground by a very fair Dillon. Dillon goes back in after possession, and it's Michael Gregg to take the free kick.
Half the first term gone, and Bays have outplayed Norwood to this stage.
Turnbull dropped it. He's tackled by Copping. Copping takes the ball away, but he tackled Turnbull quite clearly without possession of the ball. And Turnbull, who kicked 6 goals last week, and we named him best on ground, he won the Seiko Award. He's a very talented footballer. Back there is Voigt. A good mark. Experienced mark, that one, and the Bays, to me, look very cool at the moment.
Look very sharp, don't they, Ian?
Of course, they've had that week layoff. It's very handy. There's the kick away from Rex Voigt. Anderson couldn't take it. Knocked on by Weston. Brilliantly on to Twiggy Corbell. Twiggy Corbell bounding across half forward. Flank.
Oh,
bang! But
I don't think he was hit as hard as Button would have liked to have hit him, but the free kick's up the ground. No argument about it. And the first goal might go on the board from a free kick given away from Button.
And did you see Peter Marker go down the ground there, and he said something to Peter Mead. Peter Mead pushed him away, but I'd love to know what Peter Marker said, and you'll find out, because tomorrow we'll ask Peter Marker on the Channel 9 football show just what he did say to Peter Mead. Freddie Phillips now. Here's the big chance. Phillips has kicked over 100 goals this year. There's his first kick of the match. It's offline, and listen to the roar from 50,000 plus as it goes through for 1 point. 2 points for the Bays.
That, in fact, would have been his 124th for the season, exclusive of Datsun Cup games, if, in fact, he'd kicked the goal.
Jim Teal.
McGarry medalist and has kicked over 100 goals on now 4 occasions.
And that was Michael Taylor. You just saw as he got himself up on the feet. He seems to be okay now. It's a big kick away from Jim Teal. As it's all Glenelg over there as it's taken by Weston. Hodgman's got to come in and be met by Dunstan. Hodgman did that very cleverly for a youngster. It's a blind kick though, and it should be taken by 3 Norwood players. It's not to date, but brilliantly knocked on by Seacamp. Taken there by Wynne. He ducked in and he'll take a free kick. He knocked down Redlegs. It'll go the other way. No, it'll probably go back Norwood's way now as Wynne puts on a little bit of an act.
Oh.
Well, there were three kicks in succession there. The first one was cancelled and cancelled again, and now Johnny Wynne from centre half back with the sort of kick Norwood needs, strong and long to centre half forward. Tardif with a death grip on somebody, whacked it away. Voigt with a handball out towards Colwell, read it beautifully, took it, drives to the half forward line, over the head of Corns, and that was bad luck as Corns slipped over at the psychological moment. Button playing well as he did in last week's game. Corns appeared to come slightly over the mark, kicked to centre half forward. Gallagher jumped into the back of his Bay opponent, taken by McFarlane. He kicks to centre wing, Wins after it. Watch for action here as he takes the ball, a little left foot around his body, past Dillon. Dillon doesn't look right to me. Taken by Polder. Polder's kick, a long one. This could be the first goal of the game, and it comes from the Redlegs at the 17.5-minute mark, first term.
And well done, Polder. Took his time, just that little extra bit of time, lifted it up, and the breeze put it straight through the centre. It was good football by Polder, and I agree with you, Dillon not going at top pace, but he doesn't look right at all. Well, Polder then putting the first goal on the board, 17.5-minute mark, 1-5 Norwood, with a 5-goal breeze in their back, and they are in trouble.
Back in the centre, but they're a brilliant side. Norwood, they won 16 games straight as it's come brought out of the centre there by Copping. Copping in trouble, but sidestepped very well for a youngster as he drives it down towards centre half forward. Back there over the top when Hodgman going through there as Darryl Rady, met fairly by Button. No, he's not met fairly, says umpire Peter Mead and Darryl Rady. And there's Dunstan, in goes the boots from Graham Dunstan, throws Hodgman to the ground, and that'll go up the ground 15 metres. Boots and all were flying in there. But Peter Mead is saying what? He gave
Free kick chance.
15 metres.
And Norwood, to my way of thinking, very foolish if they try and match the big heavy stuff with Glenelg.
What they want, Glenelg. Glenelg started it in, there's no doubt. They went in hard from the start, fired Norwood up.
Rady's kick right towards the square. There's a Norwood mark.
Button,
a good
I
one.
think. Big Button taking his 5th mark, a beauty.
Here's a kick away from Button down towards Greg. Greg takes it. Greg plays on. There goes the hand pass over towards Craig. Craig looks down ground, looks for position, tries to find Rosser. It skids, but it skids out of play.
Too much short stuff from Norwood. They could have had the ball in exactly the same position with one strong kick. Not with the breeze at their back. 6 goals, gale force here to be hand passing and short passing in defence.
20 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Rady. Rady crashes through Seacamp. Picked up by Rady, knocked it on. Great play there by the youngster. Taken here by Ricks, a very capable half-back flanker. Slaps it down forward. Colby over the top. Couldn't take it. Here's Dillon. Dillon, we suspect, is not too fit. Over towards Gallagher. Gallagher with a short kick over towards Turnbull. Point ran into Turnbull. That'll be a Turnbull mark.
Well done, Gallagher. That handball was waited for. Polder stood his ground. He knew that there was going to be no kick, and Dillon coolly handballed back, and then it was set up for you to see Voigt give the free kick away to number 17, Turnbull, dead set in front. The mark and free kick was there.
Has kicked 38 goals this season, 39th for the year if he gets it.
There it is.
What an important goal for the Redlegs.
A very important goal. They've still got time to take advantage of this breeze. They're now starting to kick goals. 5 behind straight they kick. Then Polder kicked the first. Turnbull's kicked the second. They're 2-5. Glenelg are 2 behind. So 2-3 in front Norwood. We've played, well, what's that? 20 minutes. The breeze at their back. Norwood have got to get another couple of quick goals.
There's no doubt about that, Wally. Back to the centre, and umpire Peter Mead, who was chosen in front of Robin Bennett for the grand final honours for 75. Up goes Greg, gets the first tap to the ball towards Copping. Read that well, gave it to the enforcer at centre half-back, jammed it too quickly onto his boot and has kicked it too high as a consequence. The breeze, Carey!
Oh, yes. Plucked it out of the air. A tremendous mark over the top of Greg. A beauty.
Pretty crowded Bay looking forward line as they go forward, though. 15 metres.
Over the mark went Dillon. Peter Carey, 6'5" and nearly 15 stone.
And this gives Norwood the opportunity to pack it up even the more down there in defence. And if the Bays can get a goal against this breeze, against this gale, it will be an excellent one with that packed defence. Have a look at it when the ball gets down there in a moment, and that's what it'll do from the powerful boot of Carey. He's kicked it wide into the forward pocket. It's going to be hard to score for there. Looks for Fred Phillis. There he is, tapping it back into play, but it's equally as quickly knocked out by Teal, the new fullback, the rookie fullback from the Redlegs. However, for all that, he held Evans goalless in the game against Port last week. The throw in, but difficult conditions last week for a full forward. Out it goes towards Pope, lost by that player. Hodgman playing for the free kick, and he'll get it too.
Clever piece of work. Knew he was in trouble. Breeze against him, looking for that free kick, and there it is, Hodgman.
He's kicked 57 goals this year, and that's a tremendous tally for a Rover. Let's see if he can get this one, which would be worth everything to the Bays. Into the square. Look at that Norwood's button. That was a kick. Waiting it was, and he's an expert at kicking miracle goals. What a goal!
Well, that's the only way it can be explained. A tremendous goal. Goodness gracious me. Darryl Rady, quick as a flash. Nobody could do a thing about it. And what a goal to kick against the Breeze in the first quarter to make the difference now. Only 1 goal and 3 behinds. At the 22.5-minute mark, that's 2.5 minutes plus time on. That's all that Norwood have got to make use of a 6-goal Breeze.
Back in the centre. Button takes it out there. Good work over towards Turnbull. Backed up nicely by Rosser. Away go Norwood, streaming down the ground. Rosser's long kick goes in towards the forward pocket behind. A good mark taken there by Michalanney.
Michalanney deep in the pocket on the right side of the ground as far as scoring is concerned. But it'll be a very difficult angle with this breeze. Well, it could blow in if he puts it out the front, but he'll have to do everything right. Number 31. There he is, the new full forward. Michalanney.
Gee, did I think, Wally?
Oh, well done. A beauty. He did everything right. And right deep in the pocket with the breeze to assist him just a little bit. A magnificent goal by Michalanney, and that'll put a bit of heart back in it. Now they've got a minute and a half plus the time on period to increase this lead. Norwood 3-5, Glenelg 1-2.
That'll gladden the hearts of the Norwood selectors, because they ran into a bit of criticism during the week when they slapped this lad who's only played a few games at full forward, but he's kicked 1 goal, and you've got to remember Norwood couldn't get a goal from this position last week, and they went over Port. There's the tap down. Button winning the taps well, gets it down towards Copping, knocked away from him by Turnbull. Geez, a clever ball handler. Gets it out to Seacamp. Seacamp around his body into that forward pocket, over the head of Voigt. Oh, in the square, chance here for Johnny Wynne. Tries to sell the dummy, the long handball to Craig. Craig's collared a good tackle, holding the ball, says umpire Mead.
Yes, and Johnny Wynne taking too long to make up his mind. The defence packed up, and that's it.
Norwood lead by 2-3, but our impression from here is they've made nowhere near enough use of the wind out there. Towards the half-back line, in front Colwell, well read by Rebeck. They're hanging on to him, but it was a good free to give away.
Yes, he's looking for them all the time. Adrian Rebeck threw the ball out in front.
Ricks
put his hands out before he was grabbed even.
Ricks standing the mark. Left footer, who's done well for the Norwood side on his half-back flank. Rebeck's done well for the Bays. He kicked a lot of goals for him, and he's a big-time player. Here's his kick to the half-forward line. Button in the front spot. Carey from behind. Greg came over the top of both of them. Carey's moving well. He looks like danger to me. Towards Polder.
Missed.
was missed, as Wally told you. Smothered off the boot of Pope. Smothered well there by Weston. Now good shepherding by Weston for his skipper in Peter Marker. Into the back of Greg, and Greg will take the free kick for the Redlegs at half-back right.
Peter Marker still having plenty to say to Peter Mead. The kick away from Greg in towards the centre wing. Wayne Phillips and Dillon. Taken off hands by Revick. On towards Twiggy Corbell. Balances. Drives a brilliant foot pass in. Over the top goes Kerry. The set upon quickly by Dillon. Great tackle there by Dillon. Kerry's still in there. And so is Peter Mead, who's doing a top-class job of umpiring.
My guess is that Kerry will get a few goals in the second term, Wally. He looks sharp to me, unlike Dillon, who looks to me as if he could be carrying an injury, which we suspected in the earlier games in the finals.
Oh, what
It's
a
a
call.
booming one. There's the kick from Kerry, and it's 1 point. That was a lovely tap out.
Tremendous leap and tap out, and Kerry, the player that it was meant for, had it in a flash, and as you said, Max, he's quick. Just missed with his snap, and another behind goes on the board. Yes. Norwood haven't done enough. We've entered the time-on period. They've short passed out to Polder, but that's the play when you're against the breeze.
Polder's kick out towards the centre wing. Knocked away there by Marker. Lost by Wayne Phillips, but quick as a flash on goes that hand pass. Look at that boy over there. Taken by McFarlane. Lost. Tries to thump it on. Great courageous play by McFarlane. There's a free kick, and it goes Glenelg way. And Paul Weston, virtually a rookie. He's played last year, but didn't play a lot. And Weston really looking the part. Looks very cool, Max Hall.
Yes, he came into the Championship Series last year, if memory serves me right, and confirmed the fact that he's going to be a great youngster for the Bays. He got right into his back then. He played cleverly for the free kick and earned it.
Peter Marker believes he and Peter Kerry, two of the best thinking players in the game. And that looked like a Michael Gregg mark to me. No, it's Butt.
I think Weston's got to go a long way to catch Peter Kerry at this stage, Ian.
Phyllis wasting plenty of time. There's the kick away from Greg. It's well ill-directed. Rebick. And Rebick went the sham. All the time thinking. But Glenn Rosser equal to the occasion. He thinks also very, very well.
Norwood lead by 2-2.
But couldn't thump it down. Taken there by Greg. A beautiful hand pass over to Turnbull. Turnbull's kick down to Dillon. Beauty. Dillon plays on. Turnbull really looking the part. Colby charging at the ball. Colby takes the mark.
We'll have the winning team of the 1975 Grand Final live in our Channel 9 studios tomorrow at noon.
Colby's kick down ground looking for Twiggy Corbell. Over the top, here's the run on now between Gallagher and Marker. Gallagher gets there first. Gallagher tackle.
Good tackle.
Appeared to take too long, but Peter Mead says no, play on. That's got to be a Norwood free kick, but wise decision, play on. Up goes big Wayne Phillips. And my word, Wayne Phillips looking quite sharp.
Ian Aitken and yours truly will be attending the victory celebrations and the wake from the other side tonight. We'll have some film from both rooms.
Knockdown. Weston knocked it over, looking across there for Corns.
Corns. Too high.
Had a saddle whacked on him then. And Graham Corns gets a free kick on the right half forward flank.
Also the award in tomorrow's show to the Footballer of the Year. We'll have the Player of the Year, Mark of the Year and Goal of the Year also.
Corns' kick down towards the square. All Norwood. Rebick down there. Greg Ricks out of play.
And just for another slant on the big game, Richie Benno, former Australian Test captain, and our journalist will give his impressions of the final being played in front of us right now.
And right now we're looking at Greg and Carey. And over the top Button, who's rucked grandly in this first quarter. Turnbull onto Pope. And my word, Norwood want to rattle on a couple of goals as Pope rips it down ground. A beautiful kick over the top. Here's the chance. Anderson versus Wynne. Anderson, a brilliant player, but there's the Roger Woodcock. Brilliant over towards Taylor, who seems to have recovered. Handled that one rather poorly. Taken here by Anderson. A short kick away. Looked across there for Colby. Colby past Seacamp. Great play there by the old man of Glenelg. On it goes, taken by Rady. Rady, who's kicked one goal. Steadies back. How do you like that for a kick? On to Corns. Corns plays on quickly. Phyllis is unattended. But it's poorly directed and taken by Button. Ray Button has played a tremendous first quarter. Out it goes. That's poorly directed. This is the run on between Dunstan and McFarlane now. McFarlane there first, but trapped nicely by Dunstan. Dunstan playing with 5 or 6 stitches in his ankle. Over towards Gallagher. Gallagher's brilliant kick over, but it's missed. Taken there by Craig. Intercepted by Rawson. This half-back line of Glenelg is playing well. On to Twiggy Corbell. Twiggy Corbell gets away, sets himself, left foots it down ground. Looking for Freddie Phillips. Kerry over the top, couldn't take it. They're all down. Phillips is over there. Phillips battling desperately, and the ball comes out. but umpire Mead comes in and he'll bounce the ball on the half forward.
And it must only be seconds to the siren, because bear in mind there's only been 4 goals kicked in this first term, and it certainly looks like the Bays term at this stage. Norwood only leading by 2-2 as Curley takes it to the handball from Turnbull, trying to work it over towards Dix, has to kick left foot instead out towards Gallagher, pursued by McFarlane. Gallagher's got it now, playing for the free kick, but he only succeeds in tapping it back from McFarlane, coming in from the side. Norwood bumping, it looked like Michael Taylor. Greg Ricks, left-footed half-back flanker. Play on the far side of the ground as Michael, Greg and Tardif. Tardif made the front spot. Norwood give me the impression they've had more of the taps but have done less with them. Wally, there's the handball, and it's taken by Adrian Rebeck as the siren goes, and I think the Bays would feel more than happy. Norwood led by 14 points after the use of the gale force wind in the first term in the 1975 grand final, and here's Corns putting the Bays immediately into attack, and they look sharp in the first term. Down to the forward pocket, Wadey I thought could have perhaps had a free kick, taken here by Freddie Phillis, heads towards centre half forward, pursued, bustled every inch of the way, hand pass out towards Hodgman. He straightens up, gets a look at the goal, bangs it up there, but it's out on the full. And Wally, is there any chance that the Bays will have as much trouble kicking goals at this end as Norwood did?
I shouldn't think so. They took it away from the first bounce, and they've just had a shot at goal. It took Norwood 4 to 5 minutes to do that in the first quarter.
To the half-back line, and Corns is in the front spot. Button, and he'd have to be about Norwood's best at this stage.
Yeah. 8 marks he's taken. He's played extremely well. That's his 10th kick.
And Ruckwell. Now Norwood's turn to go into the breeze. Up towards Dillon, moving a little more freely than he did in the first term, but he hasn't kicked well. This one's no exception. Poulter to the front spot. I think it's about the first time we've called Michael Poulter. They kicked
one goal.
There's his kick down to the full forward spot, over the head. No, Voigt's got it. See that Wynn's playing tricks with the ball. How many kicks, Poulter? 2. Wasn't far wrong when I said we hadn't called him much. There's the kick to the half-back line. Anderson in the front spot. Poulter from behind. There he goes through. Knack tackled by Hodgman, taken to the ground and holding the ball, says umpire Mead. Good tackle to young Hodgman.
And the Bays attacking on the grandstand side. And that's a bit of football common sense. That's a place to kick them from.
Towards centre wing, and it's John Wynne. Immediately you can feel the electric sparks from all the players around him and from the spectators, who always expect action when Wynne's near the ball. To the half-forward line, and Turnbull, and Norwood is starting a bit better than against the breeze than I expected. They go into the forward pocket, and Michael Taylor. He's attacking from the right pocket here, Wally.
Yes, he's got the chance with that breeze. He'll take it across the front. Very difficult to kick goals this end.
Vice-captain, he's won the club best and fairest on 2 previous occasions. He's kicked it about right, but it won't pull around quite enough 1 point.
He shakes his head, but very difficult to do it from there, and the Bays know that. Well, let's see what Anderson does. Anderson, who can kick a mile. If he comes down the centre of the ground, will just about drop it in the square.
Norwood surprised on the other hand by kicking it short from fullback in the first term, and there's Wally's told you put it right to the square through the hands of Marker, and Buck put up the hand and Rebeck to get the free kick.
You don't have to see the number, you just see that hand go out. Umpire, they're tackling me. He's good at it.
Got it a bit high too on that occasion, I think. Got past Dillon quite easily. Kicks towards centre half forward. Button in the front spot. Didn't mark that one. Pope read it quite well off heads. Kicks to centre wing, looking for Gallagher. McFarlane's opposed to him. Well done, Gallagher.
Well judged.
6 kicks to 1. Gallagher leads as he puts it to the half-forward line. Tardif, fall from the side. That was Dillon, nearly plucked out of the air. Well read by Corns. Kicks to centre wing, and I think he's kicked out on the full. He has. 3 minutes gone, Wally, and actually Norwood have done a lot more of the attacking than I imagined they would at this stage. And perhaps that wind is as difficult to read as ever from the stand here at Footy Park. Towards centre wing. Craig nearly took the good mark, gave it to Gallagher. Gallagher with the handball on towards Michael Taylor. Oh, he's got Tardif coming at him like a great big bear. Taken by Colin Anderson, running the wrong way, and it'll be a throw-in the left full forward pocket. Norwood attacking and leading 3 goals, 6 Glenelg, 1 goal, 3. Your commentators, Ian Aitken, you're viewing on 9.
Tardif opposed to Greg. No one took it. Here's the chance for Poulter. Poulter on to Taylor, who's running on the ball now. Dunstan's in the back pocket. Seacamp grabbed the ball. Play on. Marker, run straight at Taylor. Play on, says Mead. Good call. Taken there by Craig. Beautifully gets around. scissors it down ground, looks across there for Woodcock. Woodcock and Rawson, but the ball beats both those players out of play.
Norwood looked better against the breeze than they did with it.
There's no doubt about that. They've done all the attacking bar for that one sally from the first bounce. Glenelg took it forward and missed.
2-3 the difference. Holder went over the top there. Here's the chance, picked up by Polter. Over, taken by Voigt. Voigt on to Colby. Colby steadies. There goes the kick. It doesn't go as far as you think it might, and it's been marked in the centre there by John Wynne.
Johnny Wynne, one kick behind the game and doing it well. Takes some doing on a windy day like this. Oh, that kick goes to the outer side. Slips
off the side of the boot. It should be taken by Stephen Copping. He's got a paddock in front of him. He kicks either feet very well. On it goes down towards Twiggy Corbell. The 222s are opposed. Here's the chance. Jim Teal knocked on by Twiggy Corbell. Thumps it away, and that's good play from Twiggy Corbell.
Yes, a throw in, half forward flank or nearly into the forward pocket. 15, but it's on the outer side.
15 points the difference. Norwood lead, 5-minute mark, second term, 75 grand final.
Big ruckman gather across there. Peter Carey, who's played very well to date in that centre half forward position. He's opposed. Knocked down brilliantly by Button, taken by Craig. Here's the chance for Stephen Curley, recruited to the club from Melbourne. Seacamp, one of the most consistent centremen in the business. Over towards Rick Smet by Marker. Here's the chance now for picked up by Dillon. Dillon getting away, and Norwood looked very good as they move the ball down effectively into their forward line. Knocked away there by Rex Voigt. Looks towards the line, does the ball, and it's out of play.
Tell you what, they look 100% better than they looked in that first term, but thinking about it, Wally, of course, this suits their game. They like the short passing, they like the hand polling, they like the scissoring, everything that goes with going against the breeze.
Anderson and Gregg. Voigt picked up there by Copping. Over it goes to Corns. Corns is forced to kick with his left foot. A brilliant smother across there by Woodcock. Outer side of the oval. Woodcock trying to get back into the van, but it's out of play of game. Out of play on the outer side of the oval, 24-9, and so far Glenelg have only gone forward once to register 1 point. We all expected that they'd pour on the pressure. Here's the opportunity now as Rawson thumps it in towards the half-forward flank, and it's Norwood looking good on that half-back flank. There's a courageous dive forward by Twiggy Corbell. Could have got his neck broken, taken there by Pope. Over it goes. Here's the strong man of Norwood and John Wynne. He kicks in towards the centre position. Gallagher. Gallagher breaking clear. That's his 8th kick as opposed to 1. There's the kick. Here's Voigt over there. The Voigt ball goes a play.
Doesn't want that ball. Didn't want it. Didn't have to turn back. The opposition was right with him.
Norwood have had 9 scoring shots to Glenelg's 4 at the 7-minute mark of the second term.
Anderson, Turnbull.
The free kick.
Craig. Craig's kick is high, wide and handsome, and hits a constable.
No, it wasn't Colby either.
Graham Corns to take the free kick. Kicked out of play on the full. And Glenelg are having just as much trouble scoring with this breeze as did Norwood. Wasn't Corns, but here's Marker. Marker brilliantly tackled. Rebick. Rebick doing some damage on this half-forward line. Down towards Rady. Dunstan knocked it away cleverly. McFarlane down there. Series of bumps against Dunstan. Guts Dunstan. Well played. And he gets a well-earned round of applause. Bounce. Over the back. Whistle's gone. Which way is Peter Mead going to run? Towards the Glenelg goals, and it's Carey. And Freddie Phillips down in the square. In last year's grand final, kicked 3 goals. To date, he's had 1 chance.
Dunstan's playing on a half-back line, and Michael Taylor is playing on a half-forward flank opposed by Colby.
Carey's kick towards the square. Big Button. Hodgman over there. Hodgman pushes it back, looks for Rebick. Rebick gets around, pushes the ball out. Peter Mead says play on, but now decides to bounce the ball on the half-forward flank. It's congested, it's hard, ferocious football, and it's the 1975 grand final. So what do you expect? Other than to see it coming to you from Channel 9. A kick goes away from Craig. It's been taken by Graham Corns. Corns uses his cool on that occasion, and will go back and have a shot in towards the goals. The forward line of Glenelg is congested. Graham Corns kicking it down ground. But missed a bad one. But it's Teal. Well played, Jim Teal. Kicks it clear. Stephen Copping over there. Opposed to Rosser. 2 great players, 2 very fair players as Rosser keeps the ball in place, gives it towards the line now. Rawson and Woodcock out of play, out of sight of the oval.
Well, I got to reassess my thinking. At quarter time, I thought the Bays had kicked 10 goals this term. They could still do it, but at the moment they don't look like it, and Norwood have played much better football, Wally, against the breeze than they did in the first term.
Winning the rucks, this is important, of course, and keeping that ball low.
Seacamp's kick down ground, Turnbull, Wayne Phillips. Wayne Phillips tapped it back, but this is going to allow Dillon to get into the front spot, opposed to Rady. Dillon went without the ball. Rady couldn't get it either. Wayne Phillips He was met heavily, but strong is Wayne Phillis, but so are Norwood, battling desperately on this half-forward line. That's a Glenelg player in Darryl Rady, knocked out of the road, but nothing in it. And P. Mead to take the bounce again.
A bounce on the far side of the ground. Norwood 3-6, Glenelg 1-3. There's the bounce down. Anderson to the front spot, but Michalanney appeared to get the top, but as Rawson will take it away for the Bays, brings it to centre wing. John Wynne, who I think's done a lot of hard work for Norwood so far, pushing the back to the Bays, I'd imagine. Oh, play-on's called by the umpire. Taken by Rod Pope. He looks like a 17-year-old, this fella, despite the fact he played over 200 games with West before joining the Redlegs. Taken by Gallagher into the forward pocket, and it's all the Bays there as Anderson shepherds off and allows the 1970 best and fairest Rexy Voigt to mark in the back pocket. He was roving those days, but he's made a safe spot for the Bays in defence in the back pocket. Nearly plucked out of the sky there by Corns, one hand. Corns again with the chance. Kicked away there, and it's Johnny Wynne after the ball on the far side. No, it's not. Going to the Ricks it is. Thanks, Ian. That's the second time, and that's the left-footed half-back flanker, number 23, Ricks for the Redlegs.
Wynne was doing the hard work. He was just picking himself up. Max, he's doing a good job.
There's Button from the back, gets it down a little Turnbull. My word, he's a good rover. Over to Seacamp. Who you got in front out of these two as it goes forward to the full forward pocket. Through it goes to the hands and taken by Wayne Phillis. Kicks it back to the midfield position. Twiggy Caldwell's there. They jump into Button from the side. Picked up by Corns. Corns is playing well. Kicks towards centre half forward. Carey waits on the bounce. You can't do it. Comes to Curley. Gets past. And Curley, the former Melbourne player, up to the centre of the ground to Seacamp. And who's winning? Seacamp or Marker?
Seacamp for mine. Seacamp, very damaging player, getting that ball, driving it forward nice and low, but they're going to the wrong side of the ground.
10-minute mark. Seacamp trying to go for a bounce. Come back to him. He's in tons of trouble. 3 Bay players there. 4 ball players. Bay players. Weston comes in from the side. Kicks it to the half-forward flank. Finds Rebeck. Rebeck tries to get past Dunson. Pursued by Ricks. Forces the error. Taken away by Button again. What a great game this fella's playing.
Button slaps it out towards the outer side of the oval as Darryl Rady skirts after the ball. Turnbull will be over there as well, but Rady keeps on going for possession. John Wynne's across there. Umpire Mead lets it go on. He'll ball it up in a minute, surely. He does. John Wynne just steps over the top of a player, and that's a Glenelg player in trouble down there, and Darryl Rady and Rex Voigt gave John Wynne a bit of a hand.
It is 15 points the difference. Norwood lead after leading by 14 points at quarter time.
Copping over, looking for Rawson. And there's a bit of a fight over the outer side of the oval between Voigt and Wynne. And Wynne, to my way of thinking, really is probably doing too much of this because he'll find he'll be a very exhausted player come halfway through the last quarter.
He's got to do it in this quarter, though, if he can keep it up, because there's nearly 11 minutes gone and the Bays still trail badly.
And there's Woodcock
Bang,
over there.
Down goes another one. Johnny Wynne's in that lot again.
Stephen Copping bringing the ball clear, knocking it down ground. Looking down there for Corns, but it's Curley, Stephen Curley, taking the mark on the half-back flank.
Good strong mark. Left Carey at the last minute, took it on the chest, and he's playing well so far.
That breeze has swung a little. In actual fact, it's more across the ground than it was before. Rawson was across there. Here's the chance now. Forced down ground. Seacamp slipped over. That surface is slippery. Seacamp goes in there. He was trod on then. Still the play goes on. Here's the chance now for Graham Corns as he left foots it down towards the square. Phillis has got the sit on the pack. Phillis goes up. He couldn't take the mark. Out it comes, and it's Button. Button, the brilliant Button. But that time, not so good. And Graham Corns will take the free kick.
Yes, and it was Dunstan who's been put into the back pocket. Been put into the back pocket from the half-forward flank. Taylor Hurt is up on the half-forward flank. He punched that away from Freddie Phillips. It was a good punch away.
Now this kick from Corns has virtually got to go into the breeze. It's a strong breeze. Graham Corns taking plenty of time. Oh, it's a strong kick as it works its way towards the centre of the goals. And it's a goal!
An amazing goal. Way out on a half-forward flank. Into the breeze. It turned back just that a little bit. And 11 kicks Graham Corns has. And that's his first goal on the board. And the first goal that's been kicked in this quarter by Glenelg at the 14-minute mark. Well, even Stephen, as far as I'm concerned. Norwood had just as much trouble, and Glenelg just getting going.
Greg to the front spot, Colwell from the side, through comes Poulter, bringing up his 4th kick, goes wide to the forward pocket, out there towards Michalanney, took it well for a newcomer, hooked it back, fine Poulter, Poulter dropped the sitter, and they'll pay for it as Rawson handballs back to Colwell. Bad mistake there by the Redlegs. Colwell goes for the bounce. He'll have time to recover. No, he won't, as Woodcock joins issue. Now they bring it away. Peter Anderson up towards the centre half forward spot. Carey in front was whacked around the head. Should have had a free kick taken by Pope. Pope kicks it past Tardif. Wayne Phillips knocks it down towards McFarlane. He's got the run of the ball. Pursued, gets it on, finds Marker. Marker out of the square, a long kick to the full forward spot. Oh, Phillips from behind, but punched away by Teal. Dunstan knocks it on. Comes out of the back pocket, got nowhere to go. Kicks it up towards Gallagher. McFarlane tried to take the falling mark. Greg from half-back to centre wing, and he's kicked it out on the foot.
Yes. Colby to take it. Colby, the half-back flanker, that's standing the injured Taylor. Taylor on a half-forward flank. He's on the side where there's no play at all, and he's having a rest.
9 points the difference, halfway mark, second term. Kick towards Marker and Seacamp. Craig tried to read it, couldn't do so. Marker's got it, they've got Marker, and it'll be ball. 1975 fun coming here on Channel 9.
15 minutes gone.
Polder smothered, did it well.
He's hit fair across the face, Polder. Stopped it, made it look better than it was. The forearm right across the face as he was trying to go through.
Who hit him, Wally?
Well, I didn't be honest with you. I saw the arm hit him right across the face and didn't pick the player up. It could have been Kearney.
I was watching Craig try to take the ball away from the Redlegs, but it had to be recalled from the way you described it. And there's the kick to the half-forward line. Tardif's in the front spot. Dillon was the meat in the sandwich. My word, Voigt's playing well. Hooked back there by Seacamp to Taylor. Taylor hit on both sides. It's the second time he's been sandwiched, but I didn't think he should have had a free kick then.
No free kick for mine. Hip and shoulder used. He didn't have the ball.
Gets into too close to the man on the mark, McFarlane, but still steers it up to the full forward spot. Dillon has two cracks at it. The mark. Oh, Tardif's hot.
Dillon, and that one, double grabbed it. Wayne Phillips was right there. Wayne Phillips has done a remarkable job with this player so far. Big Tardif stands the mark, and if he puts this through, the Bays are in trouble. 16-minute mark. This is an important goal.
Kicked 65 goals for the Redlegs this season, but he's only kicked 4 goals in the 2 games played in the finals so far. He hasn't kicked well in the finals, and that one's no exception. It falls short. Woodcock's after it in the forward pocket. Anderson's got it. Shovels the handball out. Norwood player intercepts, taken by Rawson. Rawson will go away on the half-back flank.
Rawson's kick out, looking across there for Copping, but I think you'll find it's out on the full. It is. It'll be brought back into play by Glenn Rosser. His kick down grounds taken by Greg. Greg opposed by Twiggy Corbell, both the 2-2s. And it's Greg to get the short kick further down ground, and that's the second time that Greg has put it out of play. And on this occasion, it's only on the half volley, and so there'll be no compulsory free kick given to Glenelg.
Dillon doesn't seem to be able to kick the ball at all, Wally.
No, that's kicking well.
Over the top. And it's Norwood winning the taps at the boundary and centre throw-ins.
Free kick there to Tardif. Polder jumped right over the top of him. That's his first kick.
Tardif's kick is a good one. Down ground. Greg falling over. Good mark to Greg. And whereas Glenelg looked very sharp in the first quarter, they don't look so sharp in this, the second.
9 points, Norwood lead.
Little Turnbull doing a lot of hard work over there, but it's Hodgman taking the ball away from the centre. He thumps it down towards the centre wing. Hope couldn't take it. Greg tackled. Did he drop the ball? No, he didn't.
Didn't have it. That was a good decision. And Norwood playing a canny game. They're driving it to the outer side every chance. Only if they can go direct down the centre. Once they've done it, they've had a shot, but now out to the outer it goes again.
Button's kick that is over there. Voigt behind is Anderson. Anderson going through the pack. Over it goes looking for Rawson. It stands up nicely for Rawson. Rawson on towards Corns. Corns in trouble, but he comes around. He goes right past the pack, over towards the centre position, finds Marker. Let's have a look now and see if Marker can kick this distance.
17-minute mark, second term.
There's the kick. It's a big one. Right down towards the square. Phillips will set himself from behind. Phillips couldn't take the mark. Good work. Button appeared to drop the ball. He's given the play on decision. Peter Mead still signalling play on. It's got to be a bounce up now, and it is as Peter Mead moves into the square to take the bounce. 3-6, 2-3, 1-3 the difference. Metres off the Glenelg line.
9 points the difference.
Tardif tried to... Big Kerry tried to smother it off the pack. Darryl Rady got emptied out quickly, and it's a force behind.
Well, Wally, I can't help thinking how we've had to reassess our thinking since the end of the first quarter. I think the 3 of us were convinced that the Bays were going to go in a cakewalk. Kick in.
Mistake for the wrong side of the ground. They've defended grandly all this quarter. They've kept it on the outer side. They short pass, and they short pass right into the waiting hands of Paul Weston. Bad kick. Bad football.
It's a vital kick, this one, for Weston. This is to see whether this kid really can stand the pressure. Evidently not. But there's Phyllis over there, and Phyllis takes the mark, and he gets a double reward. He wasn't get Turnbull at the same time.
Well, didn't he ever? The big fellow went straight at that ball. You couldn't take it off him. He saw nothing by the football, but Turnbull caught in front of that bulk, paid the penalty.
Kicked 3 goals in last year's grand final. Freddie Phyllis, when they lost to Sturt. To date, he's kicked 1 point. Here comes a check side kick. It's on its way, and it goes right across the face of goals and out on the foot.
Down on the full, and Norwood get away with it. Norwood still lead. 20 minutes of this quarter have gone. A tremendous defensive quarter by Norwood. A wonderful piece of football.
Norwood runner just had a word to Teal, who kicked it in. There's the ball up towards Seacamp. Gee, he's playing well, this chap. Gets away from centre wing, drives to the half-forward flank, puts it out there for Dillon. Dillon's got the run of the ball, takes it through into the forward pocket as it was mishandled there by Michalanney.
So that's where they want it. They only go there when they've got a clear go. If they don't get a clear go, out to the outer and let Glenelg fight it round against this breeze. Been a good quarter for Norwood.
Tardif to the front spot. Greg Tardif gets one of his rare knocks, I feel, in this term. Dropped there by John Wynne. Oh, and he's going to get a free kick. Oh, no, it has gone the other way, and that's the way it should have gone to Rady. Rady plays it on. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Rebick was in the front spot. There's Gallagher carting it the wrong way. Pope makes the front spot. McFarlane from behind him. But Pope's got it now. Good bit of shepherding there by Poulter. Away from the half-back line towards centre wing. On your own Turnbull, but Colby comes from the clouds. Hand pass from Seacamp. They're hanging on to Michael Taylor, and he'll get the free kick in centre wing.
Well done, Seacamp. In trouble. He's winning centre, hands down, and he's keeping Norwood in it.
8 points the difference. Norwood lead as it goes to the forward pocket and over the head of Michalanney, who misread it in the breeze. Now he's got it. Puts it onto his left boot. Kicks it up there by the goals. Dillon couldn't pull it down. Snap for the goal.
And what a beauty. Roger Woodcock, the half-forward specialist, bangs it through the centre, and the Bays are in bother. Perry with his head down. Rebick with his head down. Barker doesn't know what to do. The score, 4-6 Norwood. 2 goals for the Bays, who can't counter this ruck work and can't get it off the outer side to make it score. Well, they've got no centre-half forward. Carey hasn't been sighted, so you must say Curley has done a first-class job with him, because he hasn't been able to get into the game this quarter.
Back in the centre as it's Tardif trying to get the tap. The whistle is gone, and it's a free kick to Greg.
They're killing him in the rucks, Wally.
That's quite right. Big Button, Greg playing tremendous football. Out to the outer side it goes.
Greg. Across there is Woodcock, so is Rawson. Copping's over there as well. Bringing the ball out is Glenn Rosser, and it's Norwood looking brilliant in this second quarter, and that's big Wayne Phyllis. He didn't take the mark as he scoops it away with strength over to Voigt. Voigt on towards Copping. Copping in trouble, backed up by Rawson. The ball comes up nicely for Rawson. He handled it well too. Kicks into Johnny Wynne, and it's Norwood keeping the pressure on all the time as it's little Turnbull. Turnbull's kicked down ground. Finds Craig, and it's Norwood doing everything right.
Short passing low into the breeze, going to the outer side. Now to centre-half forward it goes.
Colby down there. Colby's back. Yes, it is.
Yes, well done. He's in front.
3 minutes off the time on period, and the Bays have only kicked 1 goal in this term with the breeze.
They trail by 14 behinds, which is exactly what they trailed by in the first quarter. Knocked down there by Greg. A good thumped away. They're playing disciplined football as Norwood. Darryl Rady trying to knock it on. He did that very well. On towards Weston. Weston's going to kick with his left foot, a short kick on towards Peter Marker. Peter Marker steady, lines up the goals. There's the big booming kick right down. Over there is Hodgman, and it's a good mark. Well marked, Graham Dunstan.
Yes. Dunstan helped on his way by the little fellow then. 15 metres will have to go. And it's Dunstan in that back pocket.
15 metre. Measure that out.
That's 25 metres if I've ever seen it.
It was a pretty fair punch in the bush too.
The rule only says you give him 15 metres, Wally, not how much you thump him in the mouth with the kick away.
Umpires never do that, not in grand finals. They must get control.
2-2 the difference, and it's Norwood that's got control at the moment. 2 minutes off the time on period.
Look
a little
short pass.
Turnbull.
Good football, into the breeze, outer side, short pass, waste time. They've done it and done it well. Good coaching and well disciplined as you've been told.
The kick away from Turnbull towards a half-back flank. Over the top went Wayne Phyllis, knocked it down. Colin Anderson over there. Still the play goes on. Graham Corns backed into the pack. There's a kicking and danger decision, and it's favouring the Norwood.
John Wynne.
Johnny Wynne it is.
He's done some work too for the Redlegs, don't forget it.
Voigt playing brilliantly in that back pocket.
He is. He'd have to be one of the best three on the ground, Wally. He's hardly made a mistake out of that pocket.
Up to date, he's played extremely good, solid football and plenty of play in that pocket that he's in at the moment. Norwood making sure of that.
Voigt's kick goes in towards the centre position. Kerry sets himself. Kerry over the top. Weston over there. Weston met there by Wynne, but taken on by Darryl Rady. A good smother. Good effort there by Stephen Curley as he throws the ball clear. Then Shepherd's off, but an equal smother. Curley goes down, holding onto his head.
I got a feeling the ball struck him in the face coming off the boot.
Yeah.
I don't think he was hit. I think he got the ball straight in the face, Ian.
Touches his nose and goes away.
14 points the difference. Norwood lead into the time on period. Your caller is Ian Aitken. You're viewing on 9.
Anderson versus Wynne. Back there is Greg. Corns coming through. Corns short kick down ground looking for a teammate but finds Stephen Curley. Freddie Phillips goes after it and Curley boots it out on the full. 2-2 the difference. Time on nearly. As Copping brings the ball back. Should be taken by Pope, it's not, but Gallagher's there. He's equal to the occasion and Gallagher thumps it away. Glenelg players look very frustrated at the moment. Across there is Rosser versus Copping. Two good footballers, as we've said already. Rosser's out there, hands and knees. Across comes the Copping. Copping's hand pass on, looks across for Rebick, taken by Rady. Rady on, here's the chance. Kick down ground by Weston, right towards the square. Big Kerry goes up, can he get it? Hodgman's goal!
Drive and Hodgman just off the ground, and it couldn't be stopped by Dunstan. And Hodgman, the player that's very, very difficult to check around those backs, takes the crumbs off Big Kerry, who wasn't allowed to mark by Curley, and that was a very handy goal, but they still trail by 1 goal and 2 behinds, and we now enter the time on period. A tremendous quarter played by the Norwood side, defensive out to the outer side.
And that's Hodgman's 58th goal for the season, and that's a tremendous performance for a rover. There's the bounce at centre, and Greg opposed by Anderson. Down to Marker, he seemed to get pretty hard, hit pretty hard, plays it on, he'll put a big booming kick down, and he does. He's hoping for Phyllis. Phyllis stays behind, he's the danger. Pope in the front, Curley in the front spot, knocked on to Terry. Terry's kicked it out of sight as he puts through the 4th goal for the Bays, and they've got 2 goals in about 90 seconds after taking about 25 minutes to kick their first goal for the quarter.
The only way they could do it was to take the ball out of the centre with a free kick and then belt it all the way down, and Carey, big marker, drove it down to Carey, hits the ground and away they go. But I tell you what, it's good football still by Norwood. This is the only time they've got away, and it took a free kick in the centre of the ground to get it away for the Bays.
Michael Gregg in there, telling his Rovers where he wants to hit the ball to. And he's got the tap and he takes it out of the pack by himself. And taken there by Dillon, who plays on, tackled by Corns. Knocked down. There's the chance for Woodcock. He'll be forced to kick with his right foot. He does it effectively. Wayne Phillips in the front. Rocket Gibraltar takes the mark.
2 points the difference, Norwood lead.
Time on by 90 seconds as Wayne Phillips boots it in towards the centre position. Big Kerry, over the top it goes. Greg's over there, he taps it but not effectively, but now it is at Seacamp. Seacamp in trouble. Here's Rodney Pope, couldn't get it. Here's the opportunity for Weston. Weston lurching forward, he's got the ball on, it goes towards Anderson. Anderson sets himself steady, kicks a brilliant goal!
A lovely one that took his time, ran the wrist, had a look, bang! And the breeze put it straight through the centre. Well done, Colin Anderson. We haven't seen too much of him, but given the opportunity off the grandstand side of the ground, and that's the only reason they're scoring now, they're bringing it down the middle or to the grandstand, and Anderson put that one straight through the centre.
Norwood led by 2-2 at quarter time. Glenelg have hit the front by 4 points, and from memory that's the first occasion of the game. The Bays by 4 points at the moment. Button and Peter and Colin Anderson. Gallagher, Seacamp out of the pack. Corns, play-on's called. Corns and Seacamp having a few words on the ground. Craig in the front spot, he'll get the free kick. He'll take the Redlegs out of the square. The Bays have kicked 3 goals in about the last 4 minutes. There's the kick to the half-forward line. Tardif spoiled. Lost by Polder. McFarlane went without the ball. Corns playing a great game.
Smother
Dillon picks it up. Oh! Phyllis ran straight into him, put him to earth. In went the elbow, and umpire Mead has come
makes no difference. But you have to expect that from Wayne Phillips. He knew exactly.
Here's Dillon shooting for goals, but he's much too far out. It'll fall well short. And at half-time here at Football Park, the score is Glenelg getting to the front. Just to this stage has done a good job in this league grand final. Button went without the ball, and in fact will get a free kick.
Given away by Corns, and Corns has given away more free kicks than I've seen him give away at any time. He's given away at least 5 free kicks.
Against that, that's the debit ledger. The credit ledger is that he's had an enormous number of kicks himself and done some tremendous work for the Bays. There's the kick
nice goal
by Button to the full forward spot. And in front, Michalanney, and he's only 25 metres from the goals, but I would think those goals, and he looked over his shoulder then, if you notice, I would think they'd shrink to about 6 inches wide as he goes back for this, one of the most important shots he's had in his brief league career. He's kicked 1 goal to date. Can he make it 2 for the Redlegs, who found it very hard work to score at this end in the first term?
Well, Button's good work deserves a goal. There's no argument about that. He's been Norwood's best as it's on its way, and it's 1 goal. Michalanney has now kicked his 2. And from full forward, a good start to the quarter. They started badly in the first quarter, Norwood. Glenelg started badly in the second, but you can't do any better than that. 1 minute gone. You take the ball out of the centre with a free given away by Corns. Michalanney grabs it, bang, through the middle. A good start.
Just at the moment, the underdogs here in South Australia have their nose in front. And Melbourne, it looks as though they have their nose by a long way in front. North Melbourne over Hawthorn. The bounce at centre, and Tardif goes in opposition to Button, gets the tap past Hodgman. Marker got a hard one around the face, and he'll get the free kick at the midfield position. And Johnny Wynne telling umpire Peter Mead all about it.
He's telling him, he saw it for himself.
Peter Marker's kick, that's a good one, right in towards the full forward position. Big Kerry went up there, comes back nicely. Tries to gain possession of the ball, but it's taken in defence. But now it's Twiggy Corwell, left foots it over the shoulder, comes back, but not enough, and through for 1 point.
Carey, a sitting shot then from an experienced player. Teal ran straight at him, didn't know what to do, had him dead to rights and let him off. Corwell has kicked 2 behinds. Quick sally forward by the Bays. The breeze has shifted around. It's going more across the ground than it was at the start of the game.
And surprisingly, Teal is kicking to the outer side of the oval, just where that wind is influencing. Marker, Seacamp, pair together. Pope, Daichi's played well in this 1975 grand final as Pope's kick goes down ground. Anderson went too far underneath the ball. Wayne Phillips over there, doesn't handle it well, but falls over. Flicks it back. Here's a chance now. Kick forward there by Taylor. Hoyt, Brandon defence. Force forward. Forces the ball away, taken by Wayne Phillips. Wayne Phillips kicks it down ground, looks across for Tardif. Behind his Marker, couldn't get it. Marker breaking clear now. He can steady, he does. A beautiful kick. Right down to Freddie Phillips.
Football Marker. We haven't seen a great deal of him, but we see too much of that ball to be in trouble. A magnificent pass, kept it low. The breeze couldn't do much about it. Straight to Freddie Phillips on a good lead.
Good footballers kick goals like this. He's dropped it poorly, he's kicked it awkwardly. Redlegs down there, off hands and out of play.
And it's a throw in, and that run was needed.
Getting back to Rex Voigt in defence, I think about 25,000 Norwood fans said holding the ball, but Mead was correct, he was not retarded.
Big Carey over the top, out to Twiggy Corwell. Twiggy Corwell in trouble. Back he goes, kicks it the wrong way.
The ball.
Dropping the ball.
That was holding the ball.
No argument about it, he was retarded, swung around, took too long.
The man down there is Little Turnbull. Turnbull brings the ball clear, looks for Rosser. Bang, in goes big Wayne Phillips.
He played a good game of football.
On to Marker. Marker's got a player backing him up. Down goes the thump forward. Behind there is Turnbull, couldn't get it. Big Carey ropes across there, tries to get there. Turnbull's there, doing good work in defence. What a gutsy little player this boy is. And there's Big Carey, thumps it clear, can't break clear. Weston's over there, Gallagher's there. Norwood go forward, but it's Tardif underneath it. Oh, made a bad mistake. Knocks it clear, looks for Marker. Marker to Dillon. The pair of them going hard. Brilliantly picked up by Michael Taylor.
Dillon's down.
Dillon's in trouble, says Wally May, and he's right as the ball goes towards the centre wing. Point, Craig. Craig there first. Craig out of play. And the boundary umpire's on the scene, and Ross Dillon back in the centre is still in trouble.
No centre half forward for a while, and I like to look at poor old Ross Dillon's sick boy.
Tardif straight down the throat of Hodgman, who hasn't done a lot in this game. Taps it clear, looked across there for Stephen Copping. Copping over there, went for the free kick, but couldn't get it. Peter Mead, well, in good control this afternoon. This is his first grand final, and he's doing a good job. Big crowd, 55,000 people see Button, one of the best on the ground. A brilliant smother by Hodgman, and there's Craig. Craig kicking around the corner. It'll be Voigt or out of bounds. It doesn't make any difference. Glenelg will reprieve.
Norwood lead by a point at the 5-minute mark, and Voigt will bring it out of defence for the Bays, and he's played well to this stage in that back pocket. Here's his kick towards centre wing. Button is there, Ross is there, Corns in the front spot.
Oh, allowed. Button takes the mark. I'd say free kick in the back, but
I thought he came back into it, Wally. There's the kick towards the half-forward line, and Turnbull roving well. Nobody checks the mark, but a looseness there from the Bays. Dillon again. Oh, and again they run into him. He got one into the ribs, and you can see it.
No argument about that. Hooked in the stomach. Boyd and Dillon, the player that they've got to get. Hit by Big Wayne Phillips before the siren in the second quarter. Hit by Marker in the centre of the ground a minute ago, and hooked in the stomach by Voigt. You saw it on your screen.
He's kicked 65 goals today. He hasn't kicked well today, and my guess is he's been carrying an injury of some type right through this final series. I might be wrong. We'll check with him tomorrow on our Sunday football show, but I reckon that hurt as he kicked into the full forward spot. Big Greg, he's spoilt there by Corns, and it'll be a throw in on the left full forward pocket with Norwood 5-6-36 leading Glenelg 5-5-35. A point the difference. 6 minutes into this third term, and it's anybody's grand final at this stage as John Wynne lent a bit of support there. And oh, there was a get square as Anderson got one right in the head from the knee of John Wynne. Ooh, straight in, and that was meant too. There's the tap down, taken by Turnbull, snaps towards the goal, 1 point.
Getting them the hard way now, starting to tire that little bit. See Corns then couldn't quite get up in the air and stop one in that pack, and players starting to get hit. There's only one side of the ground to defend now. The breeze going straight across the ground. It's the outer side. You have to be a game full back to run the risk and put it on the Grandstone side now.
It'd be a maniac, Wally.
Yep.
Anderson's kick in is a strong one. Poulter at the back of the pack, and he looked odds on the mark of a
got it.
He was paid at the last moment. He was the only one to really control it. It was touch and go. Marker gives him the ball back. Poulter hasn't had a great number of kicks for the Redlegs. He's kicked 1 goal. It goes to the full forward spot. Anderson through his hands past Woodcock, goes past Wynne. Rawson wouldn't pick it up, got shoved in the back, and he'll get the free kick for the Bays. Well picked, Peter Marker. And this chap has umpired well in his first grand final.
Pretty hard one to umpire. Rugged football going on. Mistakes being made because of the breeze, and plenty of weight being used.
Rawson out of defence. 8 minutes gone. Only 2 points the difference.
Oh,
and
look at that.
And Button will have a set shot from goal, and this is just the spot to kick it from, Wally May.
10 marks he's taken, the big fellow. He's controlled the rucks, and he's the best big man on the ground. This is his 16th kick, number 30. Button for Norwood. A tremendous player he's been. He's beaten Tardif hands down.
The kick from Button goes offline, right towards the outer side of the oval. Down there is Corns, and it's out of play and on the full. Therefore, Graham Corns will take the free kick. Now, they got it just where they want it. They'll angle it down towards the outer side, out of boundary. There's the kick from Corns. Doesn't get a lot of distance. It's Craig that's taking the mark.
Mistake being made now.
That's a bad kick.
And no distance.
And yet, the same player kicked a magnificent goal from wide out on the boundary from that side.
Craig, that was with the breeze. Max as it goes right towards the square, and that's a mark, and it's poor checking in defence.
A good straight run at the ball. Kept his eye on it. And the Bay defenders a little bit tentative. They didn't know what to do, but the ball came into the breeze, set up. Woodcock has now kicked 2 goals. And Norwood's starting to take a grip on this game because they're going for the ball. Woodcock showed them exactly what should be done then. 2 Bay defenders didn't know what to do. Woodcock went for the ball, took the mark, belted it through the centre.
Getting back to your remark about Corns, Ian, I wouldn't quite agree with you that he was with the wind. I reckon it was angling across his body, and if anything, he kicked into the breeze with that goal.
Yes, it was certainly a great kick, Max. There's no doubt about that from a long way out. And all players this afternoon are on the average haven't been kicking over long distances. Tardif in the front spot, got one of the few taps. Marker tapped it back, but there's no one there for Glenelg to capitalise on it. Now it's copping out, it goes, looking for corners. Glenelg not using that ball as sharply as they were in the first quarter as it goes down ground. Rawson versus Woodcock. We just saw him kick a goal. Well done, Roger Woodcock. A brilliant sidestep. Down it goes to Craig. Through his hands and out of play. To me, Glenelg don't look as sure and as confident as they did in the first quarter.
Norwood lead by 8 points. 10-minute mark, third term.
Tardif lurches himself up. Caldwell dropped the ball on the ground. Behind Woodcock. In there is Craig. Back it goes looking for Rosser. Tricky Caldwell was too high then. And Glenn Rosser will take the free kick.
Rosser's played well. Gallagher's also won his wing. I'd say Norwood have won across centre so far.
Dillon called for it.
Knocked away from Johnny Wynne. Anderson on to Tardif. Tardif a short kick. Colby's got the pressure on him.
Wynne, the big fellow Phyllis. Oh, what a go there. Whew. Couple of heavyweights, and they really meant it.
Back with Peter Mead.
Oh, Johnny Wynne. Big Wayne Phyllis. Whack, whack, heavyweights.
Wouldn't like to tackle a pair of them.
Well, neither one. They really meant it. Toe-to-toe job, that one.
Peter Mead. But Tardif got the tap. Taken by Rady. Rady's kicked down ground. Carey, the pressure's on that player, and Dillon held him back and allowed Polder to take the mark.
Curling.
Curling, thanks Max, as Polder kicks it down towards the half-forward flank. Voigt! Well, he hard best on ground, these two.
Oh, Button's close.
Voigt kicks it high towards the centre wing. Big Carey up there. Big Carey's mark. On he goes quickly. He's put Tippy Crawley in trouble. Knocked away from him by Button. Here's the chance. Rawson couldn't bend over. 3 Norwood players there. 4 Norwood players there. Woodcock, Rawson. In went Rawson. Tried to get Woodcock. Back it goes. Ross is over there, and Woodcock will get a free kick, but I tell you what, he hurt that.
Carey's having a run on the ball. Colwell's up in the forward pocket, and he's hurt.
Colwell got one in the stomach. It's temporarily winded him, and I didn't like what appeared to happen to Roger Woodcock then.
Well, the picture told its story, and there's no need to comment any further than that, other than Roger Woodcock's in a lot of pain as he goes across towards centre half forward looking for Craig, and it's Norwood that, to my way of thinking, that look the better of the two sides at the moment as Colby goes down ground. A great exhibition there from Colby. Look down there for Hodgman. Hodgman couldn't trap it. Taken by Dunstan. Dunstan showing all the class that he obviously has got. Down towards centre half forward. Poulter takes the mark. Poulter at centre half forward. Nothing in that. And Norwood look very good at the moment as they rip it down towards the full forward position. In front, Graham Claus.
There's not much in it, though, Ian. There's only 8 points the difference, and we've seen at the other terms that you can kick goals against the breeze. There's the ball kicked out towards one of their winners, Colby. He's playing a great game out there. Kicks it down to the half-forward line, looking for Weston. Weston stretches his long arm at it, pulls it in, kicks from the forward pocket in towards Freddie Phillips. If he can mark it, the Bays are back in it. Yes, he straightens up, looks at the goal, in comes the left foot, and he's missed only his third or fourth kick of the game.
Well, he did everything right. Went to the lead, took it nicely, curved, and the left foot couldn't help it. The breeze has got a lot to do with this. You'd only have to be 4 goals in front of the chains, and it would be awful hard to win. It's going across the ground of defensive football, or they've come up the middle.
Straight up the middle towards John Wynne. He was in the front spot off hands. Poulter came crashing in. They're into the back of Rosser. Rosser's playing it on, though. It was a good umpiring decision to allow him to go on down to the half-forward line. Rawson coming from behind his Woodcock. Keeps pressure on him. Has to kick hurriedly. Taken here by Rebick, who's dropped his long-sleeve Guernsey. Kicks to the half-forward line. Finds Corns. Corns will try and get it on quickly. Norwood are just as intent on packing that back line, and down they stream. Here's the kick to the full forward spot. Carey's down there. There's the mark.
Yep. Well done, Carey. 3-1 it was. Carey, the big fella that we haven't seen too much of. Well held by Curley so far. Beat 3 players then. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. He's got to put this one through. 7 kicks he's had so far. There it goes, and it's a goal by the look of it. Yes, sir. Carey has put through a very, very handy goal. That's his second. 2 goals, 1 he's kicked. Nothing in this game at all. 1 point the difference. Norwood in front. Quarter of an hour gone in the third quarter. The breeze is not favouring either end as far as I see it at the moment. It's nearly straight across the ground.
I tell you what, the Bays are going to be dead unlucky if we do get that real blusterly southwesterly change that's been predicted, because it's been blowing from the north mainly during the day. The breeze is getting around and they could find themselves kicking against the breeze for 3/4. The bounce at centre, Greg and Anderson. Anderson got the tap, was a beauty to Rady. Rady from the square to the full forward spot. Fred Phillips punched away by Teal, well read by Curley, pushes it out towards that half-back flank, and that's safety for the Redlegs, hanging on to him as he tries to push it clear. And he'll probably get the free kick, has in fact got the free kick at half-back left.
Heading for that boundary, that's where they wanted it. That's the defensive side, and they were in trouble. Big Freddie Phillips chasing him.
Halfway mark, third term, you're viewing on Channel 9. We'll have the winning side in live from our Channel 9 studios at noon tomorrow.
Anderson knocked the ball away from Greg, but he'd marked it long enough, and he's played well. He and Button have won the tap-out department. But that's an ill-directed kick, and is it Stephen Copping's mark? Yes, it is. Copping takes the mark in the centre position. Twiggy Corwell leading on the half-forward flank, and that's just where it's gone. Down towards Twiggy. Twiggy's got it. Recovers, over looking for Copping again, but decides to straighten up and go for distance, and look at the kick into that breeze. That's a big kick. Down ground goes Phillips. A great mark. Taken in defence, Jim Teal. Well done. Teal. He's played well in that full-back position since being entrusted the responsibility. Here he finds Craig. Craig plays on, out towards the half-forward flank. Voigt versus Turnbull. Voigt gets away. Here's the chance now. Dillon. Dillon forced out of play, and Dillon's a very sick boy at the moment. He's no strength in those legs at all.
He's been hit by Marker this quarter, hit again by Voigt this quarter. Big Phillips got him just about half-time. He must be sick.
Corns up there. Corns interfered with the opponents, and the free kick will be taken there by Michalanney as Turnbull slips down ground.
Norwood lead by a point. We've just gone past the halfway mark of this third term.
This is the 1975 Grand Final, coming to you through Channel 9, and that's McFarlane of Glenelg, the wingman, number 3. Lightly built, takes the mark.
He's been thrashed by Gallagher today. This would only be his second kick for the game from centre halfback.
And it's towards the centre wing. Anderson behind. He's been reasonably quiet, and here's a player that's really played well. Greg, untidy, unselfish, a great club man. Down to Turnbull. Turnbull on to Craig, and these two have combined cleverly. Craig steadies himself. There goes the kick. It looks a beauty. Right down to the square. Paul to Tardif. Tardif makes a mistake, and Corns, intent, forces it through for a behind.
Through it through, in fact.
Yes, he did that, exactly. There's 2 points of difference now. Norwood are in front by 2 points. 16 minutes have gone in this quarter. Norwood doing everything that they know. Their ruck's on top. Greg, but they're winning across centre, but they cannot get quite enough goals. It's hard to get goals now. The breeze is not going down the centre, it's going across the ground.
And Graham Corn, surprisingly, comes towards the area of where that's the danger mark from Glenelg's point of view. There's Ricks opposed to Rebick. Rebick kicks us at forward along ground. He's shepherded. Well done. He gathers himself, composes, kicks the ball forward, looks for Hodgman, and Hodgman will get a free kick. There'll be no problems about that. Rebick goes over the top. Dunstan gives Hodgman a little gentle tap on the top of the head, and Hodgman will take the free kick. Centre wing, 6'8", 6'6", and it's Norwood in front by 2. 2 behinds. Hodgman undecided what to do at the moment. There's the kick down towards centre half forward. Big carry over the top, taken away brilliantly though in defence. It's kicked away there by Teal over the top, and Copping couldn't get it. Hard, bang! Out goes a Glenelg player. In comes Johnny Wynne. Peter Marker's over the top. Seacamp goes in there hard as well, and players rush in from all over the ground. And Peter Marker has been a very aggressive captain this afternoon.
Mistake about his intention in the first quarter, and no mistake in the second. Every chance he's got, he's running a Norwood body, and he's really meant it, Marker.
Ross's kick.
Look at that.
Beautiful kick. Finds Craig, a very tidy footballer. Craig on. Craig's kick to Poulter. Poulter in trouble. Hodgman pirouettes out brilliantly. On to McFarlane. McFarlane, the boots went out at that player. Out goes Marker. Marker knocked to the ground. Umpire meets his play on. It's the right decision. Seacamp's got the chance. Away goes Seacamp. He's collared. On it goes to Craig. Craig met by Corns. Craig on the outer side. Down they go. Running the ball. Listen to the crowd. 55,000 people. Kick away from Tardif, out towards the half-forward flank. Twiggy Corwell couldn't take it. Paul Weston can. Around the corner it goes, but it should be taken by Big Button. A brilliant player, Button. Button's kick on forward. That's the first hot kick of the match, and where's it go? Little Turnbull, one of the best rovers in the state. On to Craig, on to Dillon. Dillon looking sharper now. On to Turnbull. Turnbull should have been met. He wasn't. He'll get a free kick, surely.
Well, not.
There's Woodcock. He dropped the ball. And it's a free kick.
Correct decision. Bounce the ball, tackled. Wayne Phillips away from that back lines, out to the half-back line. Greg in the front spot. Gee, looks awkward, but he took the mark, and that was the main thing in that wildly swinging ball in that breeze towards centre-half forward, Copping in the front spot. He's lifted his game in this time. Picked up by Craig, but he's too indirect. Get rid of it, lad, as he gave it over towards Dillon. Went past over his head, taken by Colby. Colby coming out from the centre to the centre wing position to Colwell. Colwell got a knock early in the term, but he's okay now. Kicks it to the half-forward line. Oh, down goes Anderson. Got one across the face.
It's a pretty hard bruising affair, and that Norwood player's taking it back up to Glenelg.
Hodgman left unchecked, or was he? No. Greg came over the top. Hodgman's got the free kick for interference.
Greg hurt himself. Oh.
Got one in the groin. Hodgman plays it on a short one towards Colwell, and Colwell will possibly be able to make the distance. Oh, it'd have to be one of his very best. But he does know how to kick a ball, this player. He's kicked 2 behinds, 43 for the Bays this season. Oh, there's a poor one off the side of his boot. Streaking out for it, Curley pushes it away from Phillips out towards McFarlane. He picks it up, tackled by Gallagher. Into the forward pocket it goes. A kick off the ground by Gallagher, and it'll be a throw in the right full forward pocket. Greg still in pain back at midfield. We're 5 minutes off the time on period. 2 points the difference. Norwood lead in what is a really nail-biting 1975 grand final. Carey up against Button. Down towards Dunstan. Dunstan gets the Redlegs out of by the streaks away, and my word, there's tons of run in that leg as he runs through the half-back line. Player desperately trying to get to him. I think it was McFarlane. Kicks towards centre wing, taken by Seacamp. Bounced the ball as he was tackled. Marker's allowed to go on with it. Correct decision. Marker heads down into attack. Woodcock trying to get to him. Goes to the full forward spot. Colwell shepherds. Phillips is there. Couldn't quite pull it down. Oh, a good bump there by Dunstan. Got rid of that Bay player. He's down. Didn't bother. Rebick it was. Ricks kicks it away up towards Dillon. Dillon's playing on guts alone. A strong tackle there by Gallagher, and holding the ball goes to the Redlegs.
Well done, Gallagher. A beautiful tackle, and this fella's playing tremendous football on his wing. He's thrashed McFarlane. He's throwing his weight about, and he's tackling well.
Kick towards Poulter to go over his head, however, and the Bays could relieve through Rawson. Rawson's got it, tackled there by Rosser, taken a handball away by Copping, gives it to Boyd to the half-forward line. Weston here stretches his arm for it, can't quite pull it in. Pope's right behind him, tackles him, dumps him like a bag of wheat.
Kept at him then, and Weston could not get away, and Rodney Pope doesn't give away free kicks when he tackles.
Still 2 points the difference. 22-minute mark. Third quarter, 1975 grand final. Button, he's done it all day long. He's rucked magnificently. On it goes to Seeking Seacamp as he thumps it down towards centre half forward. That's all Norwood. Taylor should get a free kick. Taylor will get a free kick.
That one against Wayne Phillips, who just went straight into the middle of his back, and it was a bad one to give away, because I doubt whether Taylor would have got it on his own ability. He's on one leg. If you have a good look at him, I think it'll back up my opinion. He's been on one leg since when? Wally, first term, was it?
Yeah, first term he got hit. He came out of the back pocket, went to half forward. Dunstan went to the back pocket. He's been out on the half forward flank ever since the first quarter.
Yeah, good kick, but he can kick the ball, Michael Taylor. It is a good-looking kick. It's long enough, but it's not quite straight enough.
Yeah, that's not what they want. 6 goals, 9. They're 3 points in front at Norwood now, and Taylor has kicked 2 behinds from a half-forward flank.
And he's won the best and fairest for the club twice too, Wally.
Well, it must be worth the risk, because he's definitely on one leg. Half-forward flank, you've got to be able to kick goals to win matches.
Michael Anderson is still down on his knees, but he's okay now. Behind there was Wynne. That's a Johnny Wynne mark.
A beauty. Double grab.
How many kicks?
The pack.
How many kicks? 8 kicks.
Well, how much hard work's he done?
That's the significant thing.
There's the kick down towards the full forward position. Big pack down there. Michael Gregg there. Brady. He appealed for the free kick. He didn't get it. And there's the ball going on its way by Michael Taylor. But it's out of play on the full. And it'll be Jimmy Rawson to bring it back. Still 3 points the difference, with Norwood slightly in front. And we're 120 seconds off the time on period as Rawson goes for a very confident kick out to Rex Voigt. And Greg Turnbull a couple of metres over the mark.
Only 3 goals kicked for the term, 2 to Norwood, 1 to the Bays. It's been a really tight quarter here at Footy Park.
Voigt's kick. Anderson goes back there. He's been a bit loose this afternoon as Rosser went after possession, but out of play.
3 points the difference. Norwood leading. We're only a minute away from the time on period. It's still anybody's grand final. The Bay's red-hot favourites with everyone to take it out.
Over the top, there's Wynne. Kicked it off the ground. Well done, Johnny Wynne. Wayne Phillips. Oh, bad mistake. Cracked under pressure there as Rosser gets to it. Rosser kicks it down the ground. Over the top is Anderson. A good mark, Peter Anderson.
Oh, yeah, well judged. Coming like a bullet, that one. The breeze behind it. Bang, it was a good mark. Beat Michalanney.
Let's see, as the ground is bathed in sunshine. It's a tremendous spectacle here at Football Park as the ball slips off the side of the boot. Marker will have to get there late, he does. Straight down to McFarlane. That's a bad hand pass from Johnny McFarlane. He breaks clear. Over it goes, looking for Colby. Colby across there. Cool as you like, Colby. Met there. Marker, McFarlane kicks it out towards the boundary line. Roger Woodcock darts after possession of it. Bounces, bad luck there for Roger Woodcock. There's Rawson. He's in trouble. He's tackled. On it goes. Seacamp over there, but it's taken by Pope. Pope dropping the ball, and it'll be a free kick and a good tackle there to little Kimmy Hodgman.
Tremendous tackle. Pull Pope down the heap.
Kim Hodgman. A short kick over to Kerry. Kerry skips away. John Wynne tackled him, but a little too high, and I thought that was a very technical decision, umpire Mead. Marker gets distance. Phyllis takes the mark. Well, they beat this.
Strong mark, that. A beauty. Kept his eye on the ball, and the young fellow Teal was shifted. Couldn't move him at all. They need a goal.
He's kicked 123 this season, but today he's only kicked 2 behinds, and this would be the most important shot he'll have for the Bays in season 1975. And he's missed it again to give him his 3rd behind for the day.
6 goals 7, play 6 goals 9. 2 points are different. Norwood in front. We've entered the time-on period for the 3rd quarter, and Norwood, in my opinion, just starting to tie.
Yes, I thought the same thing a few moments ago.
Just starting.
Button's one in particular, looks a very tired player, and he's done a tremendous job for them all day. The kick in, Carey on the far side, couldn't quite pull it down, knocked on by Button, but straight to Marker. Marker's pushed it up there for Hodgman. Hodgman's got it, he's trying to get a look at those goals. Hand passes to Rady, Rady kicks it, it goes down quickly to the forward line, nearly marked there by Bay player, picked up and kicked away by Dunstan. Dunstan's kick out to the half-back line. Copping over his head, well read by Polder. Polder gets away in front of Rebick. Rebick keeps at him. Good play, Rebick. Copping from behind, throws himself at the ball. Handballs it wide. Finds Rawson. Rawson's unchecked. Gets it under Colwell. He's collared by Seacamp. Taken by Hodgman. Jams onto his left boot. Pope comes to meet the ball. It was a hard one. Tackled from behind. Corns appeals for the free kick. Pope again. Well done, Pope. Up towards centre wing. All on your own course, well. Wayne Phillips takes the mark.
Oh, centre half back for the Bays. Wayne Phillips completely on top. He's done a good job for his side.
Down towards the half-forward flank he goes. Greg and Corns to the front spot. That was Button. Button's clearing kick towards centre wing. Wayne Phillips to the front spot. From the side, it was Carey. Here's Copping.
Hit again.
Took his eye off the ball, and Dillon's been in all the trouble in the world in this final series. There's Rawson tackled, holding the ball, say about 25,000 Norwood throats. And 2 minutes of the time on period. Just put down there by Seacamp at the half-forward line. 1 lone Norwood Guernsey, 3 for the Bays, but streaking in from the side is Wynne. Wynne traps it. It's been trapped around the side there by Carey. Anderson taking it over the boundary line. It'll be a throw in the forward pocket.
Carey having a run on the ball as well he might. He hasn't done a lot at centre half forward. Anderson centre half forward. Carey's been beaten by Curley.
Norwood lead by 2 points. The breeze perhaps will favour the Bays in the final terms. Hard to tell. Carey knocks it down, missed his rover, instead found Craig. Craig's been a bit indirect in this term. He's put Johnny Wynne in an awkward spot. He'll have to give it back towards Craig. Now he's in real bother. He's got Bay Guernseys all around him. Took the eye off the ball, and he'll pay the penalty. Our Channel 9 football show tomorrow, we'll have the winning side in. You'll see them live and direct from Channel 9 at noon tomorrow. Throw in that forward pocket. Ted Whitten will be our special guest. Dillon and Marker to talk about the game as Hodgman kicks it away towards centre wing, past Corns, taken by Greg. He'll try and work the handball back towards Pope. Instead, as Button, you'll find he'll get a free kick as he's tackled by Corns, and that's been the blemish in Corns' game today, the number of free kicks he's given away.
19th kick coming up, the big Button.
Button's kicked down towards centre half forward. Polder still looks sharp, Michael Polder.
Yes, he hasn't done a lot of work yet. There's plenty of life there. Go for distance, they're saying.
And there's the big kick down for distance. It is Peter Anderson in front, and Peter Anderson takes the mark.
A couple of timely marks in defence from this player in this third term.
Well, there's some Norwood players bending over their bodies. Johnny Wynne down there in the forward pocket, and Craig getting attention to a calf.
Norwood doesn't look well at all.
We'll have also shots tonight from the dinner celebrations from both clubs, Glenelg and Norwood, to show you in our show tomorrow at noon.
Peter Anderson's kick out towards the centre wing. Kerry across there. Here's the chance for Paul Weston as he pushes it across, looking for Twiggy Corbell. Back to Marker. Marker handled the ball brilliantly, and he pushes it down ground looking for Phyllis. Phyllis couldn't quite handle it. Great play there by Dunstan. Dunstan kicks it off the ground and charges after it. Copping went without possession. Corns. That was courage, Graham Corns. He's steady. Gets it over to Twiggy Corbell. And Twiggy Corbell, with the sun shining down on the oval, has got the chance now to score a very handy goal for Glenelg. But it'd be a big kick for Twiggy Corbell. Be a big kick for anybody. Let's see as Corbell steadies. Here's the kick. Oh, it's not good. He kicked it to where he ran. Players go out after it. There's Kim Hodgman. Hodgman, there's the siren. The siren has gone to end the three-quarter time break.
Final term in the 1975 grand final, Glenelg and Norwood, with Norwood leading by 2 points down towards McFarlane. He'll try and put the bays forward, but he took a strong body bump. Oh, Corns went in hard. It was strong body work from him. Wynne. Oh,
and
whack.
Again, Wynne.
Oh, and down went Rawson, and that hurt.
Johnny Wynne, playing the strong man to perfection for the Norwood side. He's done all the hard work, and by geez, been still throwing himself into it.
Glenelg with the advantage of the breeze. Go towards centre wing, where it was quite well smothered by Seacamp. A difficult one. Gallagher tapped it on cleverly to Curley, who mishandled. He was quite happy, I think, to push it towards the boundary line for the throw-in. 6-9 Norwood, 45. Glenelg 6-7, 43. And at the moment, the hot pot favourites trailing by 2 points. But they got that breeze, and they kicked 4 goals with it in the second term. There's little Hodgman knocks it on, comes towards Pope. He's not sure whether to give it back or risk the kick. Risk the kick around his body, and it's gone straight towards Tardif. Took his eye off the ball, and it didn't help by Seacamp trying to punch it away. Taylor went without the ball. Number 29, 28 shoving them around is Johnny Wynne. Gentleman John. He's been in a lot of the rough stuff today. Tardif's the big blonde head that you see fronting us with the bandage on the knee. Corns, the handball was a good one to set it up for Hodgman, but it comes to Seacamp instead. He seemed to throw it away. It's got the free kick. 2 points the difference. Ted Whitten will be our special interview in our noon football show tomorrow, interviewed by Ian Aitken during a visit from Victoria during the week. Down towards Poulter. Anderson was obviously the player to mark it from the back of the pack. Colin Anderson won the Bendigo 2000 in March this year.
This is his first mark, that one, Max.
Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Seacamp backs into the pack, but took his eye off the ball, paid the penalty as McFarlane streaks in, sees the Guernsey, works it up there for Colwell, missed by Tearley, taken again by Tearley, gets his kick in time, kicks up towards the square. Rawson went without it, but kept it in front of his body. That's the main thing. Marker comes in to help him. Woodcock pulled off the ball, and he'll get the free kick. Oh! No 15-metre, it was thrown back on the full, even if a little forcibly. Towards the half-forward line, Turnbull gets around to the front spot, taps it down to Rosser. Rosser's kick, nearly marked there. Strong body work by Wayne Phillis. Anderson hops into it again, knocked on by Poulter. It was Craig doing the work for Norwood before. Anderson took too long to get his kick away, and it's gone to the waiting hands at Gallagher. He straightens up, he's 35 metres. 6 points, a valuable goal for Norwood against the breeze. Comment, Wally May.
Tremendous goal by Gallagher, and well done the Norwood side. They kept the pressure onto it, and a missed kick by Anderson, picked up by Gallagher. He's played well. 14 kicks. He's killed McFarlane, who's had 2. And then he pops it up for a goal. A tremendous goal, and Norwood can take victory. Marker giving orders all over the place. Come here, go there, he's saying to his rovers. And there's a little bit of panic in the Tigers camp.
Ball brought to the ground. Here's the chance now as McFarlane scouts forward. He hasn't stopped trying as he thumps it down towards centre half forward, hoping Corbell will get to the ball. He won't. Here's Hodgman there. Hodgman out of the road. Coming through there is Rebick. Rebick back looking across there for Weston. Norwood playing supreme football at the moment. Johnny Wynne made a rare mistake. Back goes Corns, taps it out, taking here to Seacamp. Seacamp going forward, a beautiful foot pass down ground. Michalanney couldn't get there. Colby taps it clear. Desperate football. On to Wayne Phillis. On to Peter Anderson. Peter Anderson going out there looking for Weston. Weston has the ball bouncing away from him, clutching at it desperately, knocks it down. Here's a chance now for Copping. Copping got a paddock in front of him. He runs a good 10 metres, angles it across looking for Freddie Phillips, can't find that player. Phillips pats it along in front of him, got possession, puts a little spurt on, kicks the ball down forward, and it's Stephen Curley. A great mark in defence to Stephen Curley.
He's played well. He's beaten Carey at centre-half forward, even though Carey's among the good players and kicked 2 goals. He's had a run on the ball, Carey, but that was a good mark under pressure.
I think you'll find Carey's gone to full forward, Wally, and Phyllis to centre-half forward.
Stephen Curley's kick out towards the half-back flank, taken there by Rosso. Rosso's kick around the corner. Rawson fell over at the wrong time. Here's the big chance now as Johnny Wynne goes for a run. Johnny Wynne makes a mistake, kicks it off the ground. Here's a chance for Colby. Colby takes it straight back down the ground, back towards centre-half forward. Away it goes. There's little Kimmy Hodgman. He'll angle it straight over towards Darryl Rady. That's the way it goes, but it's Big Carey booming his way across, lurching forward, gets tackled, gets emptied out of the way. Back goes Corns. Corns trapped, dropping the ball. It's the right decision. And Greg Ricks is very, very keen. Ricks' kick out towards the centre wing. Looks across there for Woodcock, but oh gee, that was close and it's out of play.
On the full, and you can see the tactics of Norwood in the second quarter. They did just this. They, if in trouble, out to the outer side they went. They're doing it again.
Rawson's kick out towards the half-forward flank. In there is Big Kerry, couldn't take it. Revick's down there. Rodney Pope's played the game of his life, and Norwood are very desperate at the moment. Ricks is over there. Back goes Graham Corns desperately. But Peter Mead, the man in white this afternoon, umpiring in his first grand final, is doing a splendid job. He bounces.
It's a hard, tight grand final too.
And back it goes, and it's Norwood at the moment that looks the part as little Turnbull, cool, calm and collected, angles it down ground, looking across there for Johnny Wynne. What's happened?
Rawson marked it.
Rawson, what a mark.
Beautiful. Plenty of pressure there.
5-minute mark, and Rawson will bring it away from this half-back line, puts it to the half-forward flank for the Western it is, nearly pulled it down, knocked away by Polder, but the free kick's been paid to Pope.
Holding in was the indication, and it could have been on its way out on that outer side. 15 kicks, Rodney Pope, half-back flank.
What an acquisition he's been to the Redlegs. 53,283 people here today. 53,283, getting up close to the record. There's the kick to the half-forward line, and it's a Bay free kick to bring it back to Tardif. I was going to say with Pope, he played over 200 games with West Adelaide. He won their club's best and fairest on a couple of occasions, represented the state, and there were many who thought he was a spent force when he went to Norwood, but not so. He's given them grand football. Towards Carey in the middle of that pack, taken by Pope again, kicks it back towards centre wing. Voigt, what a game he's played. Still running on, bursts through the centre, kicks towards centre half forward. Here's a chance for the Bays, if they're good enough. Here's the chance for them. They've got it on the correct attacking avenue. Phyllis is caught. Gives it away, it's taken by Gallagher, kicked the goal a moment ago, turns back into trouble, gave it to Polder. Oh, he's pushed down past Curley. Rady went without the ball. Phyllis has got it now. It'll be ball up at half forward right, but the Bays have got it on the correct attacking avenue at the moment.
Well, they trail by 9 points at the moment. No, 8 points, I'm wrong. 8 points behind the Bays.
Olsen warming up. Little Hodgman kicked it off the ground. It'll be a throw-in as Olsen warms up for Norwood, and for the Bays, both the reserves. That's Crozer and Michalanney warming up as at the throw-in over the head of, and Corns coming through. Went without the ball. Weston's got it. Jams it onto his left boot. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Oh, great mark to Freddie Phillips, and can he make his first goal for the day?
Well, we've got to kick this one now. It's the last quarter. 6 minutes have gone, and they trail by 8 points, the Bays. He's kicked 3 behind. Haven't seen too much of him. That was a tremendous mark. The breeze is going straight across the front of his body. He must do everything right, and he still doesn't put his side in front.
8 points the difference. Norwood lead. If he kicks this, it's only 2 points the difference, with the Bays having the better use of the breeze in this final term. This is an important one. And he's fluffed it again. 4 points to Fred Phillips after kicking 123 goals for the day for the season, and he just can't find the one that the Bays need.
7 points the difference. There'll be no doubt where Teal will go. He'll go to the outer side. Norwood are going to do this for the rest of the quarter. We've played 7.5 minutes.
Teal doing a splendid job at full back, and it's a beautiful kick from Teal as he puts it towards the half-back flank. Tardif knocks it down on the ground. It's Norwood taking the ball out. There's Seacamp. What a grand game this afternoon Seacamp's played as he pushes it down forward, but Voigt back there couldn't take it. Craig seemed to scrap forward over the top of the Cruet. Picked up there by Craig, angles it back looking for Michalanney. In front, he got pushed. A tremendous mark, Michalanney.
What's that ball? The breeze held it up. He beat Anderson. That's Peter Anderson. Pointless. Michalanney, who's kicked 2 goals. Well, he's at full forward. He's the best full forward on the ground because Freddie Phillips hasn't kicked one yet.
Let's see now. This is a crucial goal. Michalanney's kick. The wind gets hold of it. It wobbles, but it's true for one behind.
Oh, one behind only. And back we go to 8 points. The difference in Norwood hanging on. Approaching the 10-minute mark. 9 minutes have gone. Peter Anderson has it. Will he come down the centre? That'll tell us what the breeze is worth. Let's watch him.
Anderson steadying. He's coming down the centre. There's the kick. It's a beauty. Right down towards the centre position. Behind. Luck's a fortune. McFarlane bouncing it twice. No one coming to him. McFarlane down towards the square looking for Freddie Phillips. Freddie Phillips can't get it. Dunston's played grand football in that back pocket. Away it goes again. Norwood sweep it forward through Rosser to Turnbull. Turnbull bouncing his way clear. He got a free kick to little Turnbull on the centre wing.
It's out on the outer side and he plays on.
Ricks with a left footer. Hasn't had too many kicks a day. Down to the full forwards. Oh, great falling mark.
What a mark. Phillips, centre half back. He's won that position hands down. He's battered Dillon into submission.
Phyllis would be nearly in the Seiko category for mine. McFarlane out. Looked across there for Constable Colby. But it's the pressure of Norwood. On to Seacamp. Seacamp bouncing his way clear. Marcus across there. Picked up by Anderson. Anderson's short kick is ill-directed. And it's found Greg. And Colin Anderson hasn't had the best of days this afternoon. Tardif will arrive late. And Greg will get the free kick. And it's Norwood at the moment with all the run in the legs and looking the confident
he stopped
side.
on as if he's getting up.
Craig, the free kick. Craig for the Redlegs.
And there's a fight in the forward pocket.
Pushing and shoving more than anything else, Wally. There's Craig's kick forward. Voigt's in the death seat, and Voigt is absolutely splendid in defence this afternoon.
Won their best and fairest in 1970, and he'll go high in that Seiko voting today. Here's his clearing kick away out towards the centre wing in front of our Channel 9 telecasting point. Ricks taps it down in front. McFarlane, who's finishing off well after a poor first half, is going to get the free kick for in the back, and he'll bring it for the Bays from their half-back right flank. Plays on now.
Looks across for Darryl Rady, finds that player. Rady will kick straight down towards centre half forward to the fast leading Phyllis. The ball bounces awkwardly. It's all Norwood. There's 5-1 at the moment as Teal fell over at the wrong time, but he gets it over to Greg. They'll get out of it. No, Greg's put himself in a bit of trouble. Corns can't get up fast enough. Phyllis taps it out looking for Corns. Corns is gone, shot to pieces as Norwood are coming back strongly. Forward it goes, looking across for Winnie. Winnie takes the mark and takes 1-2, puts the foot out in front to protect himself, and he'll get the free kick.
He's taken some punishment today. Sure, he's given some out, but he's copped plenty too.
That's his job, and he's taken it well, and he's still playing good football. He took that mark when it had to be marked. No funny business, and he's got it.
In towards the forward pocket. Anderson, Michalanney. Over the top. Taken by Anderson. Rain smothered there by Seacamp. Wayne Phillips. High on the Seiko. Down to Twiggy Corbell. Twiggy Corbell's in trouble. Against Rosser. Angles it around the corner. Here's the chance now for Norwood to come through Woodcock. Woodcock close to line and out.
And all of a sudden that 8 points is starting to look like a tremendous lead to the Bays because they got a lot of players who are starting to pump them up and down one spot as Norwood have. At the throw-in, it's tapped down. Norwood can just about smell their first premiership in 25 years. It's getting tantalisingly close, but the Bays won't give up. They won it 2 years ago, and here they come in through Copping to centre half back. Pope's told to stay down, and Terry takes a great sliding mark.
Harry Hughes kicked 2 goals from centre half forward. Is that the true centre half forward position?
Tries for a short one. I thought he'd have gone for distance. Looks for Phyllis, and Phyllis has got it. A great mark. 3 Norwood Guernseys. Down they go. Dunstan's cross. A bit of misunderstanding between he and Teal. And Freddie Phyllis has got, let's see, his 5th chance today to kick a goal. Has not kicked one as yet, although he's kicked 123 for the season. A buzz right around the ground. Just imagine the pressure that is on this player right at this moment. He wants his 124th for the season. He's done it again. He's kicked another behind. And oh, you can hear those Bays right around the ground, and the 53,000 say, oh.
Well, if he keeps this up, they're going to lose this grand final. There's no doubt about it. Norwood putting plenty of pressure on, and Freddie Phillips has failed them. He's kicked 5 behinds in a row. Yet to score a major.
Teal getting instructions from the runner. He seemed to be in some doubts. Not any time to be in doubt now. It's time to go for distance. He seemed to go for a half-distance one, and it paid off as he found Ricks on the half-back flank. Ricks away for the Redlegs from that position. As I said, they can smell that grand final. It looks close now. Woodcock with a grand attempt at a diving mark. They're hanging on to him. He's got the free kick. Norwood starting rank underdogs in today's game. The Bays played off in last year's grand final, beaten by Sturt, but the year before beat North Adelaide, of course, for their first pennant in about 40 years. Here's the kick down to the half-forward line. Rex Voigt comes through and spoils magnificently. That Michael Taylor in the front spot, or Rosser it is. Glenn Rosser played for the free and got it. And the lad from Port Elliot, the highest kicking wingman in the league, kicked into the man on the mark, copping a bad mistake, but he gets another chance here. Hammers it to the half-forward line. Voigt's there.
What a mark, Rex.
Bar for Voigt and Wayne Phillips at centre half back. The Bays would have been in awful trouble.
Brady off, back and Ernie coming on. There's the kick from Voigt down towards the centre wing. Colin Anderson, Greg over the top. Colin Anderson, 3 grabs and he's taken the mark.
Nearly the halfway mark of the final term.
Anderson's kick down towards centre half forward. Norwood is the only side to kick a goal in this quarter as it comes off hands. There's Marker. Marker in trouble. Marker pushes it out. Marker held without possession, and Marker the magnificent of Glenelg to take the free kick. Marker.
He'll look for Phyllis. You can bet on it.
Cool. There's the kick, a big one, right down towards the square. Phyllis sets himself, and it's Carey in front.
Oh, yes.
Carey there. Carey, the pressure player. Carey, the casual. 2 goals to Carey. The big chance.
11 kicks. And what a clash that was. Freddie Phillips trying to outmark Carey, and Carey had have none of it. 7th mark, Carey, dropping back into the square. Has not missed. Bang, through the centre it goes. 3 goals, Peter Carey. And now he's beginning to be a valuable player for centre half forward. But Norwood still lead. There'll be rain by the look of it at the moment. The breeze across the ground. 15 minutes gone, 10 minutes plus time on, and Norwood will play that defensive wing again. Can the Bays do it?
Well, you'll see the winning side in our Channel 9 football show at noon tomorrow, and also we'll have shots from the Glenelg and Norwood's dinner celebrations tonight. Ian Aitken and yours truly will be taking interviews with both clubs. Also had the player of the year, mark of the year, goal of the year, the bounce at the centre. Greg's got it, taps it down. McFarlane burrowing in is Gallagher, and Gallagher was the player who's kicked the only Norwood goal in this term. They led by 2 points at quarter time.
Wayne Phillips is on the ball. He's just been crashed into by Greg, and Anderson centre half back. The Bays are in trouble, and they know it.
Bay free kick.
Marker.
Marker will take the free kick, and you'll see him in our Channel 9 footy show at noon tomorrow. He for the Bays and Russ Dillon for Norwood. Look at the kick. It's a beautiful kick. It's gone right to full forward. Phyllis and the Rabbit kicked it through. It's a goal. Or has a mark been paid? I think a mark or free kick's been paid. No all clear been given by umpire Peter Mead, and I think you'll find it's a Norwood free kick or mark.
Well, that's it. The goal umpire had the flags in his hand, and he watched it, and the pressure's on now. Look at that.
It would have to be a free kick.
Michael Taylor off.
Michael Taylor's gone up. It would have to be a free kick because I thought Fred Phillips did everything but mark the ball. Teal takes the ball, comes up the wrong side, but he might have been told to by the bench. It's gone over the head. Perhaps they're looking for Gallagher. He kicked the last goal. Comes to Pope. Pope's kicked down to the half-forward line aboard Polder. Polder read it well, runs through the half-forward line, kicks to full forward. Michalanney, great football from the kid. He stayed down after Anderson chanced his eye, and that was tremendous experience from an inexperienced player.
Oh, kept his eye on the ball beautifully. Anderson ran across the front of him, couldn't do any more, but Michalanney can be the match winner.
Not a good-looking kick off the boot. Is it been touched before it goes out? No, it's a kick on the full, and Tardif will bring it back. And the score is Norwood leading by 1 point as we get on to the 18-minute mark in the final term. The Bees with the cross, the Bays with the breeze at the back. Michalanney knocked out of his hands, comes to Turnbull, down a little Nicholson. He's come onto the ground, replaced Taylor, kicks to the full forward spot, through the hands
Dillon's free kick? No, ball up. Oh, I thought he'd get a free kick then.
He's got it.
Oh, he has got it. Well, look at Anderson go, Crook, and Dillon, who's been battered from pillar to post. Marcus run into him, Voigt's run into him, Wayne Phillips has run into him, and he hasn't kicked the goal yet. He's got to kick this
That's
one.
exactly it. He hasn't kicked the goal. Freddie Phillips hasn't kicked the goal, despite the fact that Phillips has kicked over 120 for the season. Dillon's kicked 65, but he hasn't kicked one today. He's only kicked 4 goals in the 2 games of the final series.
This is only his 2nd kick since half-time. He's missed.
He has it. He's had it. A goal that could possibly win the grand final for Norwood. They go to 8 goals 10, leading Glenelg 7 goals 9 in a low-scoring game, and the Bays have got to get that 7 points back. To you, Wally May.
Dillon batted from full of the post. Second kick since half-time. Has the shot for goal. I thought he'd missed, but no, sir. It went through for the major, and Dillon could be the match winner. He hasn't done much since he's been knocked about. He's got Anderson to stand now. Wayne Phillips is on the ball for the Bays.
As Greg taps it across, finds Wynne. Wynne kicks it down towards the half-forward flank. Rawson versus Woodcock. Rawson from behind, tapped it down. Copping tried to come away. Copping was dropping the ball. And the free kick to Roger Woodcock, and it's Norwood. Smelling premiership after 25 years. Thumps it down ground. Dillon across there, but it's Voigt. Nearly best on ground, Rex Voigt. Tremendous game in defence. Courageous Voigt as he boots it out towards the centre wing. Greg, a great player this afternoon. Kick down ground. Here's the chance. Voigt back again. Voigt in trouble. Dillon over there. Over it goes. Anderson coming clear. This is Colin Anderson. Down towards the centre wing. It's all Norwood. It's Greg. No, it's not. It's Rebick. Over to Pope. Pope's kick high forward. And here's the chance for Corns. And Corns plays on quickly. Corns kicks it down towards the half-forward flank. And what a mark. Oh, what a footballer Rodney Pope is.
Oh, Scottish ground experience then would not take his eye off the ball. Oh, 19 kicks on a half-back flank. He's played well.
That's good enough to give him my Seiko vote for the day.
Pope's kick out towards the half-forward flank. Across there is gentleman John Wynne, but the ball is out of play and Norwood looks supreme at the moment.
5 minutes, plus time on to go, and the Bays in all sorts of bother. 7 points behind, and they're defending on that outer flank.
Big Olsen got the tap away. Olsen's kick, it's taken across here. Norwood work it forward. Behind Dillon. Dillon plays on. Over it goes. Olsen. Here's a chance for Olsen. Olsen's kick goes up. Olsen's kick goes through.
Goal! Oh, Mike Olsen has kicked.
Cardiff anything but happy at that decision. He thought that Poulter carted it across with his body, and certainly it must have been a split-hair decision.
Poulter might have even kicked it. Very difficult for us to
Too
say.
high, I think, Wally.
Doesn't matter, the goal's on the board, and Norwood, 5 minutes plus time on to go, have taken charge of this game. The Breezes across the ground. They're the better side because they've won in the ruck. The Bays have won, swung Wayne Phillips there to try and counter it.
Listen to that 53,000 yell as Caldwell goes out with it. So Watchman's not happy about it, but the ball will be taken by Nicholson, who's just come on for the Redlegs. Taylor's off, and at the moment is repeating that Norwood can smell the 1975 premiership, and has been a long time in between drinks, 25 years in fact, as Nicholson drives them forward towards centre half forward. Dillon has marked the ball at centre half forward, and he's finished well after a tremendous battering in this final series.
Third kick since half-time. The last one he had was a goal. A tremendous effort. They've shifted Wayne Phillips from him. He's found Poulter. Poulter in front of Tardif, and Tardif in this final has been a disappointment. Well, Poulter can kick a football. The breeze has stopped. It's going across the ground. It's doing all sorts of things. If this goes through, it's good night nurse for the Bays.
13 points the difference. You could shut the gate, but he's kicked into the man on the mark. It partly gets down there. It's taken by Hodgman, spins like a top, gets out of it, kicks towards centre half back. In front, Dillon again, and he's bobbing up all over the ground now after being pretty well held all day. Oh, my word, he's taken some punishment. Goes for a short one. Poulter again, and Poulter will get the mark and free kick.
Found the same player, short pass, exactly the same thing again. Tardif doesn't know what to do. Stand your man, that's the job.
3 minutes off the time-on period. I'll bet my bottom sock that he doesn't kick into the man on the mark again.
Pretty
Gone
close.
for a short one though. He's worked it forward, looks for Olsen. Olsen got it on his chest. He couldn't pull it down. Voigt with a hand pass away. Caldwell from centre half back to centre half forward. But the hero of the first quarter for Norwood.
Calm down, says Dunson, and that's exactly what Button will do. And he'll go to the outer side. 12th mark. Bang.
He comes off hands, read by Ricks, tapped forward by Ricks, taken by Marker. He hasn't given up. A beautiful smother, kicked away. It's weary players chasing this ball. Corns knocks it out towards Tardif. Met by Gallagher. Gallagher met him well. Seacamps after it, pats it back. Nobody will grab him. They can't get the free kick. Plays it forward. Hodgman to Tardif. Tardif's got the ball, drops it onto his boot. Seacamps after it, goes with a hand pass out of the pack towards Marker. He won't give up. The Ant's after it. The Ant's down. The Ant's got a free kick.
2 minutes plus time on.
Tardif coming off. Crozer will come on.
Tardif off.
15 metres, and that'll bring Marker a lot closer to goal, and he's kicked him out of sight in this final term with the breeze at his back. It'll be a big one, hoping for Phyllis or Carey down there. Down it goes, and it's Phyllis. Can he kick his first goal of the day? Oh, he's got the pressure on him now.
Oh, that was a good mark. Kicked 5 behinds, and oh, the pressure as you've been told. Oh, dear me. 13 points the difference. Norwood in front. Phyllis has got to kick this or there's no hope. 1 minute plus time on to play. He's missed it.
He's missed it again, and that's his 6 behind, and he stays on 123 goals for the season. Freddie Phyllis, who's won a Magarey medal, the only player in the history of the game in the state to have achieved that, and has kicked over 100 goals on 4 occasions, but today those boots just won't let him steer through that vital goal that's needed. 6 points. He's kicked any one of a couple of those going through, and the Bays could have been in front.
Teal's kick out towards the half-back flank. Up there as Corns couldn't take it. Here's Peter Marker. Peter Marker traps the ball, looks for a teammate, couldn't find one. Across there is Nicholson. Players going down like wildfire.
It's a free kick.
And it's Greg. What a game that Michael Gregg's played this afternoon. A tremendous game, and to me it looks as though Norwood are going to go on and win their first grand final in 25 years. Out towards Nicholson. Ball to the line, ball out of play.
It looks like it, Ian, but let's bear in mind there's only 2 straight kicks the difference, and it only needs Marker to get a couple of those big kicks down there, and Phyllis or Carey find their kicking boot and they could be back in it.
Twiggy Corwell pushed it across there for Rawson. Rawson pushed in the back, and Rawson not pushed in the back. Outer side of the oval, and it's Norwood. Greg taps it clear. Here's the chance now as it's Michalanney, pushes it down ground, finds Rebick. Rebick on. Rebick plays on very quickly. He's in trouble. He's trying to do it all by himself. Back it goes. Onto Crozer. Onto Peter Marker. Peter Marker steadies. Peter Marker kicks it down ground. In front. A great mark, Stephen Curley.
Oh, well done, Curley. He's had 3 goals kicked against him, but oh my gee, he's played well.
Stephen Curley plays on. Colby versus Olsen. Olsen in front. And they're tied. They've had it. Norwood will win this. There'll only be 3 minutes of time on. There won't be any more than that.
You'll see the Victoria side in our footy show at noon tomorrow. Also shots of celebrations from both camps tonight.
Olsen's kick forward. Here's a chance for Rex Voigt. Rex Voigt in trouble. Rex Voigt's been a grand player this afternoon and Polder out of play.
Also an interview with Teddy Whitten. We'll have Freddie Bear in there, the umpire's coach. Peter Mead is the grand final umpire. Edited highlights, Peter Marker and Russ Dillon to tell their sides of the story.
And there's the Norwood free kick. Dillon. They've won this, Norwood. A time on by a minute. Glenelg will not get out of this. And Norwood won 16 consecutive games. They finished minor premiers. They got beaten by Glenelg in the second semi-final, but then they came back tremendously, and this afternoon has been their afternoon as they kick it down towards the half-forward flank. Over the top went Anderson, couldn't get it. Here's little Turnbull. Turnbull, was he pushed in the back? No, he wasn't, but he's very, very happy to hold it still on that line.
Glenelg hot favourites to take out their second title in 3 years, but at the moment they're trailing by 2 straight goals. Norwood 9-10, Glenelg 7-10.
And there's 2 minutes to go, Max.
2 minutes to go, and down it goes to Turnbull. Can he be the man of the moment to kick the real sealer? But no, Voigt handballs it away. Out towards Colwell. He still hasn't given up. He's got other ideas. The Bays can still get out. Taps it up towards McFarlane. McFarlane's on the half-back flank. Olsen comes at him, jams it onto his boot. Towards centre wing he goes, past Marker. Comes to Weston. Weston trying to pick it up. He's hit on the side, but quite fairly there by the Redlegs, and Pope over the Teal over the Pope over the top of them, and it was Ricks the player to hit him hard.
90 seconds.
90 seconds to go, and it's 90 seconds away from Norwood's side winning their first grand final since 1950. There's the tap down by John Wynne. He's not going to away if he knows anything about it. Out towards Gallagher. The throw in front of our Channel 9 cameras. Listen to that crowd. 53,000 of them. They can sense the upset, one of the upsets of the season. Knocked away, taken by Michalanney, kicks to centre wing, Pope. What a great game he's played.
Tremendous game and a good mark, going the wrong way. But he's going to play in the premiership side, I would say. There's no doubt about it. 2 goals the difference, 2.5 minutes have gone, and the Bays are finished.
I've given him my Seiko vote, but I think Wally and Ian have both got different ideas to that, and there's going to be some spirited voting for the Seiko today as he's kicked it down to the half-forward line. Dylan, but it was Bane Phillis, the enforcer at the back of the pack, and he'll take the free kick or mark or both.
Minute to go.
Minute to go as Michalanney takes it at half-back right for the Bays. They can't get out now short of a miracle. The kick towards centre wing. Rabbic's in the front spot. It's spoiled down to Olsen. Olsen can't pick it up, and he's kicked it out on the full, in fact, and the Bays will take it in through Colby. 52 points to 64. 9-10 to 7-10. The Norwood lead. 3.5 minutes of time on gone. The second's ticking away. Ian's ticking it off on the watch as it goes to centre half forward. Taken by Poulter, lost by Poulter. Poulter's got it again. Out it comes.
Wynne.
John on to Gallagher. On it goes. 30 seconds remaining. On it goes forward. Michalanney behind. Michalanney back. And Norwood will go on and take out the grand final. 25 years it's eluded them, but it's going to be there after all. And that's it. That's the finish.
Well, let those teams speak for themselves. Look at that crowd. Look at the excited scenes there. See if we can pick up the coach for you, Bob Hammond. There he is in the leather coat with his back to us. There's the players leaving the scene. And Wally, have you seen any tougher grand finals than that one?
No, I have not, and that was a tremendous game of football, and if crowds won't come to see that, they won't see anything. It was rough, it was tough, and it had plenty of good football in it. And Norwood coming through the hard way. They won that one with sheer guts and determination. A tremendous finish by Norwood.
And there's the presentation, and there's John Wynne holding up the Thomas Hill Cup. And Norwood have won it. Players around him, Michael Gregg. Players down there, Johnny Wynne, 28. Kim Smith, representative of the South Australian National Football League, and there it is, the pennant that has eluded Norwood for so long. And there's Ross Dillon and Bob Hammond. Surely they're not going to try and share him all the way around the oval. And there's Bob Hammond. A tremendous effort. And on come the kids. And really it is a shame that the kids have come on the ground, because it's not giving the players their right. They've earned the right to do a lap of honour, and really they should let them do it. Magnificent spectacle down here at Football Park. The 1975 Grand Final, brought to you with Channel 9 as the players make their way. And there's Bob Hammond, a very emotional Bob Hammond, I might add. A magnificent spectacle. Bob Hammond coming off the ground now. Well, that's it. The underdogs have got up and they've won it. Glenelg have beat 7 goals 10, Glenelg. Norwood 9 goals 10. A truly great spectacle, and Norwood complete and full congratulations from all of us here at Channel 9. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll have scenes of the Norwood celebration at their hotel tonight. Channel 9 team of Max Hall and myself will be making on-the-spot interviews at their dinner tonight. You'll see the lot tomorrow. We'll have all the Norwood players on. 1975 premiership side, Norwood, 9 goals 10, defeated Glenelg 7-10, 12 points. What a game. You've seen it on Channel 9 with your commentators for the 75 Grand Final, Max Hall, Wally May and Ian Aitken.